Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Better Together tournament. I am Lowacki, joined by Hyper over to my right or left, however you want to see it.
How are you today, sir? I'm feeling so good about all of the crazy teams that we have. Are you excited as I am?
I am quite excited, especially after hearing a lot of the statistics that we were seeing a little bit earlier that we were discussing while we were prepping up all these things. I mean, we have some fantastic teams, some names that you do know, some that you don't. We have, I'm pretty sure, Team Lincoln something that was a high school that we would love to draw attention to a little later on if they do get some far along. And then we also have the team that we love talking about all the time. You know them, Hyper. Who?
No hesitation. The Kings of Rocket Rush. At this point in time, at least, I know last week it was a little squirrely because we had Nightya joining up with the two members of Team Silence, so it's not technically No Hesitation, but still representing the tournament favorites for weekly Rocket Rush. So love to see them, and they're going to be our first team on stream here for our Better Together tournament.
Yes, it should be incredibly fun here. We have a lot of teams here. I'm pretty sure the total number of teams ended up being 95 total teams.
95.
97, actually. Wow. That is a lot. And this is a 2-day event as well. I do want to draw attention to that, of course. So we'll be doing a bunch of games today and then a bunch of games tomorrow. What could be better than that?
The fun
a bunch more games on
not
Sunday,
end.
But we can't do that.
Yeah, the format today is double elimination moving into tomorrow, which will be a single elimination leading into the playoffs. And it'll end up in a top 8, the seeding being 1 playing 8, and so on and so forth. And we would love, like we've talked about already, No Hesitation. You'd almost be surprised not to see them tomorrow with how the domination we've seen them have in our weekly Rocket Rushes over on Nameless Esports.
Yes, they have been doing a great performance. However, the main difference here is that obviously there's a little bit more money involved in this thing as well. So that means more great teams are also going to show up because the bigger the money, the bigger the teams. Luckily, no NRG that I've seen yet, so nobody's dead in the water yet. There is still a chance for every single team to put out their names and get up to the top 1 here and win all the prize.
We have RLCS teams like Team Silence, which you have also seen on Nameless Esports tournaments, and 100x35 also, which is a top 50 tournament or a top 50 RLCS ranked, which is just so exciting to have them, as well as all the Zave organizations that always treat us in our Nameless Rocket Rush weekly $100 tournaments. I mean, I'm excited for all the names that we don't know to surprise us and be cemented in our minds and maybe come over and treat us on our Nameless Rocket Rush streams. Who knows?
No, that's begging a little bit too much, but that is...
You gotta throw it out there.
You know how it is. And then for that, we actually have ad reads this time, everyone. I know it is something that we are working on, so it will take a little bit. I do have some off of my side screen, so I'll just go ahead and run off the first one here. It is Welcome to Skyfire Gaming, where players rise with the flames. They are recruiting dedicated players, coaches, managers, and creators to join their fast-growing community. Whether you want competitive teams, casual play, or a place to level up your skills, Skyfire has a spot for you. With weekly events, monthly cash tournaments, and endless opportunities to grow, there's never been a better time to join. Come be a part of the fire. Wow, they know their English. My ad-libs are nowhere near as fancy as that, so we are getting there, ladies and gentlemen.
You can't top the copy. You know how it is. But yes, we are just waiting on to see who will join our our favorites. It's hard not to be biased
The
against
favorites?
a team like
No, we
Hesitation.
can't do that.
It's hard not to be biased for No Hesitation, but we are waiting to see who wins the game between NBDA 624 and SP Starbreakers. You'd favor Starbreakers in that matchup just because we know them as well on the Nameless Rocket Rush circuit, but still is up to the game to be shown, and it does seem that they have been confirmed as the winners of first round. So your first matchup for today,
Is yours faster than mine?
mine is so much faster than yours.
Well, yours
You
is
need
much
to catch
faster
up.
than
You need to
mine.
catch
All
up to
right.
the rest of us.
But
The rest of us
yes.
are living in now time.
It is No Hesitation versus SP Starbreakers, and there are a lot of interesting names all across the board. We got Zave Masters versus Appleman already going across. Triple Sliced Apple. Why is everyone apples, apparently? Versus Generational Lighting. We got Shmoo versus Only God. VPN versus Triple Sliced Apple, who actually just moved up. And Skyfire Gaming. You got a lot of great names in here fighting for this title here. So we're going to let them all build up as we are prepping up for the game where we have, I'm pretty sure it was No Hesitation versus Starbreakers. SP Starbreakers, to be specific.
Yes, sir. I am so ready. Just scrolling through all these teams, and I know my memory fails me, but I do believe we have the great and powerful Calm on one of the teams, on one of the rosters in this tournament. It just, my memory is failing me to remember which one, but he has a special place in the heart of the Nameless. It was Toplay, I believe. But he has a special place in the heart of all of the people at Nameless Esports. So super excited to see how far him and his roster can make it in this Better Together $1,500 prize pool tournament.
I believe they should be able to get pretty far in, but obviously we do have projected winnings on who, in theory, is going to win all the way up till this point. But that doesn't exactly mean much, because dice rolls and sports are very difficult to predict. You can have the greatest teams in the world going against one of the worst, and yet stuff can still happen. The odds are obviously slim. I am paused.
I saw that too.
But I'm still talking, so I'm a wizard. Never mind, I'm not a wizard anymore. Up. I need to start smiling more stuff. You don't have any. I have all my good sides running.
Oh, yeah. But as you were saying, then this is just one pool we're really talking about. This whole nother pool of competition. You got teams like Team One Game, the Franglish, which is a team name that I do love. But no matter, this is a double elimination, so any team that loses, as far as I know that we are streaming, I think we're streaming most of the winners bracket. We might catch the losers quarterfinal, maybe the semis and the final, to see who goes on from that tournament. But it is a double elimination today, so if you do lose, or the team that you were rooting for does happen to fall in their first game, it is not over for them. They still have a chance to power through the lower bracket, which we've seen many times. As I've already mentioned over on our Nameless Weekly Rocket Rush, we've seen a lot of lower bracket runs.
Yes, we absolutely have. I mean, the difficulty of those cannot be underestimated. Pressure is mounting in those later sections. You always want to be in that top bracket, even though you obviously are going against harder teams, of course. It's just more safe.
Yes.
Is the easiest way to put it.
And as you were saying too, the mechanics of some teams can be praised, but it's, like you said with sports are chaos. Sometimes mechanics and skill levels are cyclical. If you're thinking you're playing against a certain skill level, but their strategies are completely in left field, you might not be prepared for that. You could get caught with your pants down. So no matter if you recognize the team name or not, if you recognize the roster or not, you know everybody has to come with all of their preparations done. They have to know what they're getting into beforehand, stick to the game plan, because anything can happen. It does not matter whether you're ranked in the RLCS rankings or you're a CRL player. These are the type of tournaments where the real trailblazers make their mark. They come here because they do not see an avenue anywhere else, so you cannot count out any team in this tournament.
Yes, but you obviously do have the crowd favorites that we were obviously
Oh, of
discussing. You got
course.
No Hesitation, all of Zav Esports. They have, I'm pretty sure, Zav Esports North America Academy. They've
All
got a lot of
stars.
separate
Yeah.
ones in here today. I mean, we love to see Zav versus Zav. That's where things start getting real fun, because then you get all those team tensions fighting about a little bit. But I am excited to see how this goes. And apparently, Coach Cloud just put in the chat, they are no hesitation. They're just waiting for one more guy to check in before we do get started and rolling out. So it is best to have all your members there for it, obviously, because this is threes. And if you're missing one, it's a lot harder.
Yeah, 100%. Just give you an update on some of the matches that have concluded. You have Noctic Esports that are starting their first game in round 2. They are ranked 359th in RLCS, which is not to be scoffed at. You could think it's a low ranking, but you try your best to get up there and grind past all these teams. You also have Downside Sweeps Redacted 2-0, and DAS sweeps GBK in 2 one-goal games. You gotta love it. Shout out to our production team for keeping us in the loop and always showing us the latest of what's going on around the tournament.
And then I also have an interesting thing in the B and S bracket of part 1, where you have 2 DQs in B for Skyfire Gaming and Multiverse, which pushes Skyfire Gaming into S, who then DQ in that one. So technically, Late is all the way in the winners round 3 without playing a game. I mean, you don't want to play that late into the game, but I guess you're just fitting your name there.
Yeah, I think they're taking it, which is kind of surprising. Skyfire Gaming not being able to get their team in on time. I believe they're on our sponsor list, which is a little, maybe there's just a miscommunication there. No problem on our end, but Lincoln Park High School also advances in a 2-0 sweep over
Very
there
nice.
in the B pool, I believe. But as you said, we are just waiting for one team, or excuse me, No Hesitation member to get signed into the game. But till that starts, Lowacki, if you had to pick, give me 2 or 3 teams that you think for sure we're going to see in day 2. Just 2 or 3. You don't have to name all 8. Just give me 2 or 3.
All right, so we're not going to March Madness this one, because March Madness is already an incredible feat. I'm pretty sure there is a lot of teams, like 116 teams for that. The odds are mildly better, but we're not going to go horribly into that. But obviously, we have to go with the ones that we've seen a good amount. The classic Zav Esports, I would love to see there as one of the main ones. I think Zav Esports is the best of their Zav Masters, or it'd be Zav All-Stars. One of those two, I'm not exactly sure which one is their top tier team. I assume All-Stars would be, because
I think Master might be their top team, but in any respect, as many Zave teams as you can get in the second day would be awesome. Just
correct. Zav is a decent bet, because obviously I could just say Zav and, well, there's like 4 options for him, so my odds are very high in that regard. But I also do want to see No Hesitation. Nothing against these Starbreakers, of course, just we've seen a lot from No Hesitation, and I feel they do have that pressure. And then lastly, I want someone from the not day 2, the second half, because we have 2. Hold on, let me see if I can pull it up. Pool 2, there it is. I'm pretty sure we have Team Silenced would be my last pick.
Team
like
Silence
Lincoln
is
Park would be my
highly
number
ranked.
4, because I just want to see that high school team. You already got an 0-2 against Team AMV. I would love to see them go farther in, but I can't put them in that top 3 yet. It's Zave. Apologies, Zave. Hey, hey. We say we try our
Someone in
best.
Twitch chat had to. Well, you know how it goes. I mean, accents prevail more than anything, but we appreciate you in the Twitch chat, excuse me, helping us out. But some of the other teams that we know of in the Nameless tournament is also Peak Esports. We see them pretty regularly. Happy to see them representing their squad, as well as like you said, all the Zave teams. I think they have 5. I see All Stars, NA, Master. They have a lot of teams, but I think we just got word that the No Hesitation versus SP Starbreakers is about to be underway.
Very
Lewacki,
nice.
are you 100% backing No Hesitation in this matchup?
I can't say 100%. I love to be on the impartial side. I will give a little bit extra. So I'm going to be saying about 65 to No Hesitation. The rest for Starbreakers, there's still a lot of room, of course. But I never want to give 100% because you know the caster's curse. As soon as you say something
Wow.
guaranteed, it is the exact opposite, and I don't want to leave that on me.
Kenzo in our Twitch chat knows this better than anybody. Fellow caster over at the Nameless Esports community. But yes, I do agree with that. I'd say No Hesitation. I'd predict them in 3 games. I think they might be coming in against an SP Starbreakers. It's already warmed up. They already got a sweep. So I wonder if they'll maybe struggle to find a little bit of identity or maybe the right strategy to beat a team that's really coming in strong. So I'm still going to take No Hesitation. I just will take them in 3 games. That is my prediction.
Yes, and then the more close those ones do run can be a little bit of a tell later on. If you're 2-1-ing the entire time, in theory, you're technically struggling. But no, we are rolling straight into it. Man, already up in the air, double up, just bump straight down, just simple shots. That goes a little bit wide. And well, now it's in. My fault, Dirtho. I apologize.
Dirtho just punishes the little bit too gentle of a touch there coming in from Call. He just couldn't quite get back to it as he put it up as an effort to clear it out, but he just needed a second touch on it that wasn't to be. No Hesitation takes the 1-0 lead with not even 10 seconds elapsed.
Yes, indeed. Well, technically 11 seconds. I'm not going to count your math there, ladies and gentlemen. But, honestly, yeah, not going to let it slide. Bumps happening across the board. This is a little bit bad for No Hesitation. I'm not sure they'll be able to push it forward accordingly. A shot back from their own team. Getting close, putting pressure into the net. Chaos setting it up. Now his teammates ready for this ball. They'll try and set it center, but no, just go ahead and rolls out. Nobody's really going to be able to do horribly much. This is mainly where a lot of the feeling out happens that we do see. No Hesitation. Dirtho up, goes for the flip reset, but doesn't exactly go in, but it's not anything unexpected. True.
Ooh, Chaos.
Save.
Crazy on the line. He kind of ramped himself up there on the corner of the post, but he managed to get back there for the save. Oh, it's crazy. He managed to keep his flip, but unfortunately his boy Cali Koji behind him could not make the in and out save, so No Hesitation will go up 2-0 in the first minute.
That they do, and that's a good place to be at. Obviously, a lot of things can change. I mean, you have Chaos already up, and what a great read. I have no idea who that was. And a shot on target immediately from Polar. I mean, that's just great tempo. I mean, part of their name, they are not hesitating here. They are keeping the tempo up and high and rolling. Oh,
Yeah,
nope.
they make sure to really control the pace of play. They do not want to be responding to any challenges that make them uncomfortable. They want to really be dictating where the opponents have, what space they have to work with, what plays they're able to make. This Polar's going to try and get a cheeky touch there. Dirtho try and keep it going, but it ended up being Polar's shot on that. Ends up getting saved by Cali. Now a little bit of midfield play. Dirtho, an ill-advised touch. Oh, Chaos couldn't pull it in. Hams now off the bar. Oh, the crossbar doing wonders for No Hesitation. SP Starbreaker is going to be kicking themselves if that didn't go in.
Yeah, they are already not happy. Great attempted read from Dirtho there to try and go for more. Now he will have to leave, but there's a shot from Knight. What a save coming out from Chaos, keeping up the tempo and the pressure, even though that is a very big concern from Chaos. He kept it alive and is keeping his team in the game, even though it is down by 3.
Dirtho going to send it off the bar. Polar's there to collect. Has to wait for Hams. Hams will clear it past him. Now it falls on Nightya, but he gets beaten out by Cali. Goes back to Dirtho. Dirtho gets a nice touch just to keep Starbreakers honest. But Nightya now has control, gets challenged off of him, and now it is Chaos's ball to try and get something rolling here for Starbreakers. Oh, interrupted by Dirtho. Now Chaos has to respond to it. Sort of an awkward touch that his team is able to save for him. Now he follows it, trying to maybe get a demo or a challenge. But right over Chaos, Dirtho, a beautiful flick. Wonderfully done. Like Durtho, he just sends it right above the last remaining defender. Gets under the ball enough, just gets a beautiful flick off the front right of his car.
Honestly, that last play there was fundamentally really bad, quite frankly. You had 3 members of No Hesitation in the same boost pad, basically. I mean, yes, absolutely, you did it. Polar just doesn't care. My fault. He just puts it in with a great shot, but, like, the positioning is a little concerning, but they don't really care because they have the great solo potential that is just putting Starbreakers in their place here.
Yeah, No Hesitation knows they have the mechanics. They know they're good enough. They don't have to play by the regular rotation rules that a lot of these teams have to, because they know they can just make a crazy read and pre-jump it, from Saturn all the way across the field. So sometimes you might see where it looks like an open net, but then a player in blue just comes streaking out of nowhere. Orange comes streaking out of nowhere. As Polar gets a nice double touch to keep the play going. Has Nightya up on the wall. Nightya can't quite get a read on it, but Durtho's going to send it back just so they can retain control. He's upside down. Durtho having a little bit of fun. He's essentially a bobsled into that corner. But gets this past Chaos. Chaos gets a nice touch to disrupt. Durtho's streaking in for the shot. But Starbreakers have a lot of work, not only in this game, but next game they're going to have to figure out what is next. Durtho with a beautiful reset there. They're going to have to figure out how to beat these mechanics of No Hesitation, because that is what is in their way, at least obviously right now.
Absolutely. Typically, the easiest way to counter that is either A, enter a flow state, which is very unpredictable and uncontrollable. Yes, you absolutely do have situations where it does happen and you have a shot on target that just gets cleaned out. Or alternatively, it is to play more fundamental. Like, yeah, you see all their plays and fanciness. You just got to play against it. You know roughly that they're going to hit it, and you know roughly where the ball's going to go, and you know where they're positioning. So you make a plan based on that, which is typically rotate faster, keep your tempo high, and then just out-tempo your enemies, and just hopefully get that rolling.
Yeah, if you're SP Starbreakers, you might just want to keep third man back to try and start. Oh, but Callie has a good position there up in the forward corner and doesn't quite get the boost in time to be able to make a play on it, but still gets the steal after he hit the ball. Now he's going to be streaking in, puts on the brakes on Polar. Polar is wise enough to get back to it. Now he's going to put some pressure on the Starbreakers net. It's going to bounce out for now. Ham's going to get the clear. There's a little bit of chaos going back in the Starbreakers end. They got to collect and just get a goal maybe at the end of this game here for their confidence, just to know they can do it.
Exactly. It would be nice, and they do have an opportunity here. 11 boost. He does get read out by Durtho. Durtho might try and score in his own net, be a little rude, but luckily he is not that rude, ladies and gentlemen. And the ball is still live. It is high. Calco is up in the ball. Chaos shoots. Ooh. Great save as well coming up from Knightley. Now Polar is going to get it clear, and it looks like there might be a receive coming out, and that is not the case.
Yeah, that's all right. And Starbreakers falling 0-5 in the first game. Not what you would like to see, but there was still signs of life. They were still setting up plays. They got a few shots on goal that looked threatening. So I think they just need to focus on the defense a little bit. Maybe keep a third person back. Start trying to read the structure of No Hesitation, or the lack thereof, as we talked about, how they just kind of seem to fly across the pitch at the seat of their pants. But you definitely need somebody trying to get a game plan going, not just get to the ball first. You want to start timing these players. You want to start knowing when this guy's going to read, maybe when Knight is about to get a flip reset. You want to start trying to find out what you can predict in this matchup.
Yes, you got to play. I always say, as a great piece of advice, is to play your game. Don't let anyone else dictate your game. You play by your rules, and if they try and play by their rules, change their rules. You make it your game. It doesn't matter how you do it. Typically, great pressure is the easiest way to do it. You control the ball, you force when they don't want to force, and you make it to where they're not able to receive or control it. But obviously it is easier said than done, because at this level, mechs is a very big thing, and it is a very big deciding factor on how these things go out, because these guys can control the ball in the air, which is incredibly hard in certain sections, but it is entirely doable as long as you do it right and do your best to not hesitate.
Yeah, well said. And as we were highlighting before the game, sometimes you got to remember that you're not down and out just because the other team is mechanically better than you. Mechanics and gameplay, for the most part, is cyclical. Got to remember that you always have a chance. There's just a read that you're not thinking about, or a demo that you're not getting, or a boost that you're not stealing that would set the other team off kilter. But in other news, I see we have Peak Esports taking on Top Le, which is Com's team, which is maybe a bit of an unfortunate matchup for Peak Esports this early in the tournament, but still can't count them out. We know how much they can produce. So we get going here in game 2 of here in No Hesitation and Starbreakers.
Yes, indeed. And this game starting off very simple. The pressure coming out from Starbreakers is much higher from what I'm seeing. So it looks like they are taking it quite nicely and pushing. Well, I mean, you have that man setting it under another and going far. Gets read out, but
Callie,
is still
well
high
done.
center. Well done coming out from that man. And look at this control. Double commit as well. So this is exactly what they need to take advantage of. Hams is able to set it center. Great read, and their teammates got demoed.
Oh, no.
Interesting play coming out, but that's a great redirect from Durtho, and it wasn't able to be finished just yet.
Chaos coming out with the saves here. It didn't matter so much in the first game because of the scoreline, but it matters right now as we start off 0-0 here with about a minute elapsed. Chaos can't quite get to that one. Has Hams back to receive that clear. See if he can go up the wall and get it past Polar. He cannot. Polar will get another touch over the middle, but it is before Durtho can get to it that the Starbreakers intervene. Chaos with a good challenge there to keep it out of the danger zone. It seems like No Hesitation.
Polar! Oh my god! Oh dear lord, that was a beautiful play. Up over one, flip reset, and then the little bit of a carry, and then the last little tap in as well coming out from Polar. Does it himself. I mean, I know the Polar Bears are dying, but Polar is not here. Great performance.
He is not going to be... He's not going to go extinct. Ooh, there's another chance almost come out there. Hams is going to clear it for now. Durtho to receive in the middle. It seems like Starbreakers are just still kind of at the whims of what No Hesitation want to do. They've lasted longer going down 1-0 than they did in last game. Ooh, beautiful save there by Callie. Wonderfully done. Chaos going to get another clear in. Gets it past the startings of the offense of No Hesitation. Now they got to go back and get a counterattack, but still, SP Starbreakers look a lot better this match than they did in the last.
And there were 3 members of No Hesitation up. The only real benefit that I can give No Hesitation outside of their incredible mechanical skills is their ability to control boost. Yeah, you aren't doing, honestly, great rotations, but your control of boost is fantastic, and that 10th bomb was just rude almost.
Yeah, that was maniacal.
Nightly with a finish. You had Dorito just boop, goodbye, and there's nothing you can do. Fantastic play.
Durtho coming out with the bumps. It is still, ladies and gentlemen, it is not a toxic tactic. It is not just for the low ranks. Bumping and demos are a high-level skill. Oh, his hands receives the pass over the middle. What a great pass from Callie. And it just so happens that Hams was ready for it, almost pre-jumping in the middle. He had, it looks like he was dodging a little bit of contact there from Durtho off on the right side, but fights him off and gets the first goal on the board. That is a great confidence builder if you're SP Starbreakers.
Absolutely, because now you only need 1 more goal to even it up, and you only need 2 more to win. Obviously, that is dependent on a lot of little variables. Chaos keeping the ball rolling forward. Hams now has it. 0 boost on Chaos, but a nice attempt that gets read out by Nightly. I don't think they're going to be able to do much. It gets cleared greatly from Durtho. He's still got more. He's still got more. Sends it center. Tries to score it himself, but Hams. Great brick wall.
Hams is there for now, but you can tell as you were highlighting the control from No Hesitation is really starting to show in this match. They turn a non-threatening rotation into a scoring chance just by the flick of a car or a pass. As Callie catches it and ties it up off of a challenge off the wall that I don't think No Hesitation was really ready for. As Knight was coming down and just Hams gets a piece of it and Callie was up in the rotation. Maybe that's the adjustment they knew they needed to make. Just keep a guy up. For you don't know how a lot of these 50s are going to play out if you just keep someone in the vicinity to be able to cash in on it. And that might just be the difference you need.
Absolutely. Staying open and honestly, accepting passes, being ready for passes is exactly what they needed, and they are doing fantastic with it. Hams, great double touch. That is a nice little technical skill there that you don't see too horribly often. But ball pushing forward now. It is a little bit of a concern. It goes around, but now a lot of out of position on the side of Starbreakers. They might be able to go for more, but Polar just gets sent as he was going for more.
Oh, but
he might be able to come back.
It.
He stays on it. Durtho, shot, and a finish from Polar.
Oh, man, that is all Polar right there as he gets bumped but keeps his composure. And although he does not get the touch off the wall there, he still is the type of player that follows his rebounds. It's such a big mechanic in Rocket League that is overlooked. Follow your rebounds. Do not always go for the corner boost. Do not always go for a bump. Read where the ball is going, and you just might catch yourself with a free goal.
Absolutely. It's always good to have insurance, but I will say, everyone, that advice doesn't always show for twos, but this is a little bit of a concern here.
This is a fair point.
Because I'm not going to go into the twos because that is my bread and butter. I love it so much, but it is a whole different beast, and that is a shot off. Still savable from Caleb, and it absolutely does. Shot off target once again. Now one more man needs to go up for it. Hams and Chaos clears it out. That was a big concern. Polar Bear is off the roof here now. Going very aggressive here. Smacking off wall. Have a great time, man. You do your bare necessities here.
He's just on a slip and slide right now.
Absolutely. Knightley sends it high and center, but it was a rough redirect out, and, well, looks like that'll probably get cleared quite nicely. Okay, my fault for saying something. My fault.
They just don't jump on the dead ball in time. Just a little bit too much time passes before Callie can wrangle that. Oh, he gets he just skims it. The ghost touch coming out to curse SP Starbreakers, as that just might be the dagger that sets the series over the top. 28 seconds remaining. They need to find 2 goals. You need a kickoff play here. Doesn't look like it according to plan, but Callie's going to try anyways.
I mean, there's still an opportunity. It's very rough. You have Polar already going up above, and 15 seconds is rough. Opportunity pop down. Polar, they are just playing with this ball here. They will try and put it on target for no hesitation here, but it looks like that is not the case just yet. I mean, this air control is stupendous. One more shot, and that is game and series to the favor of no hesitation, taking out SP Starbreakers, making them go down to the losers bracket here. That was unfortunate in their side, but a very well played 0-2 for no hesitation.
Yes, it was. And on the side of SP Starbreakers, they did end up showing a little bit of fight, had a cold start to game 1, maybe weren't quite as warmed up as they thought they were, or we thought they were, but still came back in game 2 to have a tie game and make it competitive. So this is good signs, is although they're moving to the losers bracket, you need to take what momentum you can salvage from this game and keep moving.
Absolutely. That is one of the biggest things that you have to do, and also mentality is a fantastic thing as well. But we're not going to go too horribly into that. For that, I got another ad read for you all. If you want to hit it, Hyper, you want me to run it for you?
I'll run it right now.
Welcome to Hyper's keeping up the speed.
Welcome to the Cross Progression Esports League. This is a home for players specifically for chasing greatness. CPL is built to empower competitors of all skill levels, giving you the stage to showcase your talent, rise through the esports ranks. They run competitive 3v3, 2v2s, and I believe this is weekly, but I do not believe it is in the copy. Anyways, you can bring your own team to battle to the top, and if you're ready to level up, compete, and be part of something big, please join their Discord. It is CPL Cross Progression Esports League.
Yes, indeed. And for that, we should be taking it to a short break while we do set up for Vogue versus WhatsApp. As we are prepping for the next one, we will be taking a short break. We will see you all real soon.
I'm Magic, the top 1 rated coach on Metafy. I've had the chance to work with thousands of players, from brand new all the way to RLCS contenders. I'm proud to say I have over 100 testimonials and not a single bad review. Outside of Rocket League, I come from a martial art background, and I specialize in Taekwondo. I am currently a 3rd Dan black belt, a European champion, a world champion contender, and now a world championship coach. Much of what I teach are based on discipline, composure, mastering your instincts, and being able to condition yourself for your correct automatic responses. Over the past 5 years, I've helped hundreds of players reach Grand Champion and dozens reach Supersonic Legend. Many of those players have now made thousands in prize pools and can now be found in the top 100 global leaderboards. If you want a coach who's genuinely invested in your journey of the game, will help you create personalized and curated coaching towards your needs and goals, level up your game, then book a free consultation with me on Metafy. Paid sessions start at just $9, so make sure to check me out at discord.gg/rlgc or at my Metafy, metafy.gg/magic. I can't wait to meet you and help you achieve your goals. Abracadabra, magic out. Hey, I'm Magic, the top 1 rated coach on Metafy. I've had
Hello, everyone, and welcome back where we are against Vogue. And what's up?
What's up?
Yeah! They are already ready for this game here. They do just have a little bit more setup to do. But for that, I'll be taking us to the next ad read. Because guess what? We have a few more. We're going to be bouncing through them because we want to make sure everyone gets their read. So we have Welcome to the 8-Bit League, a community united by competition. They won a full draft-style Rocket League session featuring both the Prism and Pixel divisions, so every skill level has a place to shine. 12 teams battle in each division for cash prizes and the ultimate title of champion. Every match is streamed, and our community Discord is where everything happens. Want to get involved? Join today and get your name out there in the 8-Bit League.
I will say that is one of the sponsors that caught my eye the most. I'm a sucker for draft style seasons. I'm a sucker for, building up for maybe 20 to 30 games all to compile to a tournament at the end of the season. I'm a sucker for those type of formats. But it is worth noting for this matchup we have in front of us, What's Up is ranked, I believe, 57 in the world right now, with 2 players that I know of being Andy and Devo.
What?
Which are, yes, you are hearing that right, ranked 57 going up against Vogue. So Vogue has their work definitely cut out for them.
Yes, and we do want to bring some attention to some other upsets. So firstly, Lincoln Park High School went straight to round 3, and they swept the floor for all of them. So Lincoln Park is doing fantastic. Speaking of which, I have that song playing in my head right now. So the perfect timing. And then additionally, Nameless Esports goes 0-2. The number 359 team goes home.
Crazy.
Yes. And then, luckily, not really an upset, but you have next N2, 2NU. Wow, that's making me go crazy a little bit. Is ranked 243 in the world, and they are off to round 3. So, some upsets, some that are very, easy to read, because that 243. But a lot more things can be coming across the board here. I am excited to see what happens, especially in this game that we're watching here.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't remember the last RLCS roster that I saw Devo on, but I do remember him being on that particular roster, one of the difference makers. So I am super excited to see him in what he can do. I'm not taking sides. Let me just make it clear for the caster's curse and everybody watching, not taking sides. I'm just super excited to see high-level players go at it. As also another side in the news is Team Silence squeaks by in a 2-0 sweep, winning both of their games by 1. They will be moving on to round 3 to play Justice for Solo Esports.
Yes, and it would be next to New. Wow, it's a great name, but my, is it hard to see there. And Kenzo, no one's throwing any shade at you, lovely man. Although we're not gonna say anything on these next teams because that would be a Kenzo play to do. But I am excited to see. Honestly, it's hard to say who obviously will win this one, of course. I do love the WhatsApp name. So you got to put a little bit of coins on them there. But we're just going to be having some fun right here for you.
Always having fun. Always, and happy to get these updates from our beautiful production team so we can stay up to date on the latest information and give you guys the scoop on what's going on around these two pools. Is that, like we said, we have over 90 teams. I think it came out to 97 teams total. You know, barring the DQs, we had a couple DQs here and there, but that's still an amazing amount of teams, amazing amount of people to show up just on the competition side, let alone everybody that's helping out with production and the casters and all that. This is definitely awesome.
Thank yourself, why don't you, Hyper?
I can't thank myself. My arm isn't flexible enough to pat myself on the back, but
fair enough. And then for this time, Hyper, I'm going to ask you for your prediction here.
It's gonna be hard to pick against What's Up. Just knowing the like we said, what were they, top 50 in the world? Yeah, ranked 57. It's gonna be hard to pick against them. This is gonna be like with no hesitation. I might be so generous as to allot one game to Vogue for them being able to pick it up just for their confidence, but I'm still gonna back What's Up, especially them getting a 2-0 against SP Knights in the last round. Although Vogue did get a 2-0 against Shafted Jets, so they're coming in with their own momentum as well. I would have to take What's Up.
That is honestly a fair read from what I'm seeing. And then I also have, especially because What's Up is ranked 57 as well. And then it looks like if Next on You wins the next round as well as Lincoln Park High School, we may have the match of the tournament, quite frankly. Next on You, Esport wins there, going to the quarters, and Vogue hasn't let in a goal this tournament as well.
Wow. That is
which
a definite
is a fantastic statistic. I really hope they have some saves, because that means, you know, they're at least warmed up in that regard.
Right.
If they're doing that well without saves, hats off to you nonetheless.
Right. I guess either way, they're controlling the pitch well enough to not have to take a shot, but that would definitely be an interesting little...
Oh, my Lord!
Oh, my gosh. The expert almost squeaks it in the side as we were about to...
broke that statistic as soon as we were talking about it as well. Once again, my fault for talking about it, Vogue magazine here. Now, Nawafe. Oh, wow. These are great names, but they're very hard to say in a fast sitting here. Andy sends the ball center. Now, there is one man ready for it, but it's not going to be on target just yet, and it gets cleared. So that is a great shot from Eagle, but it is not a flying Eagle. It is a missing Eagle.
Yeah, just didn't have enough juice on the ball to get it past Expert, who's waiting there in net for what was pretty much a routine save for somebody like that. The Eagle's going to keep the work going, gets two nice touches there in the corner, tries to pop it out to his team, but Andy and Devo are there for the catch. Question Mark comes out. I'm going to have to try and figure out a better name for him than Question Mark, but Eagle...
his name is...
Eagle is coming, bound to support his teammate. Nawafi kind of circling, waiting to see a challenge come in his direction. Eagle can't get that past Devo, and Expert is going to get another touch as Andy's going to collect this, try and go up the wall and get something going for his team. What's up?
And he does get it a little bit farther in, but it's just not enough. Now, this is at the point where you're in a little bit of a stalemate here. You've roughly figured out how your enemies play, and now this is the time where adaption comes into play. I mean, great attempt, great second shot, and great finish from D. I mean, there it was. There was the adaption. As soon as I said something about it, a demo attempt went out, bumps, and practically everything across the board that could have been done to try and force that ball in went in to make it go.
Yeah, Expert did a lot of work there to try and keep that ball going. He got a touch and followed up with a good challenge. And gets his first goal in. Oh, and he follows up to get one of his own off of the demo from Devo. They're connecting very well. Oh, he bumps him into it. Expert.
How did he have the speed for that?
Woo,
that was impressive.
That shows you the composure. Devo able to just keep his wits about him and wave dash into the necessary bump to facilitate another goal for his team. Vogue here down 2-0 almost in an instant. They were playing pretty good for the first minute and a half, but now they got a hill to climb as that one almost fell favorably for him, but Devo's going to clear this one out.
Yes, and now he tries to set it center for his teammate, and it gets read out as well. Now Expert with a shot. great save coming out from Eagle. He is truly flying around on this field here. Andy sends it center. Drop down to D. D gets read out, but there is still an opportunity. But the ball gets cleared quite nicely. So no goal is going to happen just yet, unless we see something that goes against the caster's curse. Or goes for the caster's curse, however you want to word it.
And now if he's going to collect this, slow it down in the midfield. Well done to kill the momentum, buy his team a little bit of time to get boosts as they were boost starved. Eagle just in time to get back and save that as he collected the corner boost. Andy with a second touch there. It's got to be an in-and-out clear from Eagle. This is definitely a little bit of a notch kicked up from the last series, although it was no hesitation. You can see the competition is forcing both teams to really pull out the stops.
Absolutely. Shot coming up from question mark, and a great read as well, almost a double tap. Now, this is a little bit of a concern. You see them on top of each other on the side of Vogue here, but they're able to recover quite nicely without getting dealt out by What's Up. Great bump play, and now Expert gets a great clear, and now they're back on the attack, but the attack is practically already stopped because of some great team play.
Yeah, Vogue, although they are 2 goals down, they're showing some pretty good ability to scale downfield on a counterattack. They kind of know where the outlet's supposed to be, where the third man is supposed to be in case 50 doesn't go their way. They do look good. Just need to piece together an offensive sequence here. Is Nawafi on the wall, came down from the ceiling, just wasn't in time to beat Andy. Andy's going to control this, try and kill a little bit of time. You see it go off the wall, has to get a touch only as far as midfield. Eagle was there waiting on it. Kind of gets a fake on Expert there on the wall, leaves enough time for Question to come down the side. Now Nawafi's going to play a little game with Andy as they both hesitate and see who can get the beneficial 50. Eagle keeps it going. Here's a chance here, but not to be for Vogue. It gets cleared out. Devo's going to follow this one.
Yes, and now D question mark putting it top bins, but a great save coming out from Eagle clears it well. However, there is a little bit of a concern here on both sides. Pressure is mounting, and it's a great clear. And Eagles keeping up the tempo. 1 man dead, double man dead actually. Now D is up in the air. Great receive. 44 boost. Flip reset over 1 and just tries to put it in, and it's just not enough. Now you have Expert setting it center. It's just getting read out. This is great, great work coming out from Vogue on this defense.
Andy's going to play a little bit of disruptor there. Devo going for the demo. Oh, what a save. Eagle had to dodge the demo from an oncoming Devo and get the in and out read. And he does it perfectly. Ends up for a chance for his squad. Oh, Andy almost, it looked like he booped Devo into that save. But either way, they figure it out. Expert going off the ceiling. Doesn't quite have enough boost to follow it, but still signs of life from Vogue. This is not a 2-0 that looks like domination. This is a 2-0. They're squeezing by. What's Up is not really comfortable in a lot of these. Eagle
what a finish,
gets one. Oh, it doesn't matter for the game, but Eagle still showing that this squad is to be feared as everyone stays in enough rotation and they keep the communication flowing enough to get one to end there. That is what they needed to do heading into game 2.
Absolutely. That is a great way to end, even though you did obviously lose game 1. Getting 1 goal at that ending section builds relief is the easiest way to say it. You now know you could score on them, and you now know the steps to take to score as well. Obviously, they're not perfectly replicable. So you need to do whatever you can to try your best to replicate it, and then push it as far ahead as you can as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Some news from around the pools. Lincoln Park has lost in round 3 to SmackDown Live. We were hyping them up as one of them high school organizations,
the dream is
but
dead.
The dream is unfortunately dead for them. And just sending them down to the lower bracket, that might be able to show their face in day 2. It is yet to be seen, but for now, they're going to really have to start grinding there in the best of ones, but we are off to game 2.
Absolutely, we are. Now, you have this man up in the air. Flip reset, going for a little more carry as well. No more boost to be able to make this play, so it does get read out by D. And then now Eagle. Shot, and that's just a beat coming out from Expert.
Expert starting off strong as they did last game. What's Up, the team themselves have won over $7,000 in RL tournaments, so they're definitely looking to push that to close to 9,000 if they can secure this tournament, but can't get too far ahead of themselves. They got to focus on the game at hand. Is Vogue. Expert.
What a flag.
Sends it over top of Question. I don't know if Question could have got that if he didn't you know, misflip here because it was still very far over his head, but he would have still loved the chance to be able to, you know, send himself toward the ceiling, not towards the other opponent's goal.
Absolutely. He would have felt more confident there. I mean, the fakes and the accidentals are incredibly annoying to deal with. Shot attempt coming out. Shot it in from question mark. Great play while we were talking about it. But, I mean, it's certainly possible that he could have made that shot and that save. But as long as they make it back, it doesn't really matter. They're still down by 1, but now they have tempo. They have the most recent goal, which typically means you are ready to push farther. And thank you to Stud Nasty for the 5 gifted subs to your favorite Soulless Path.
Shout out Stud Nasty. And we got Andy's going to send it down the side. It looked like Expert was going for a little bump there to try and open up. Eagle's going to be streaking across for that pass from Question, but not to be. Now if he's got to fight off a hard offensive sequence, gets the save. Wonderful. Eagle's going to try and beat the defense here. Can't quite get past what's up. As Andy's going to follow this. Now if he gets a nice touch to keep it up out of the danger zone. Eagle's going to follow this from a mistouch. From
Double tap. Double
Needs
tap.
to get a good double tap here. Is now if he there off the crossbar. No, you can't be doing that against the opposition like what's up. You need to be sinking those. You need to take just
Dino,
extra half a second.
Dino Man, a 10 as well. Thank you for the 10 gifted as well to your favorite Soulless Path. Sorry for cutting you off. D question mark is up in the air. Wow, why do they both have question marks in this name? This is difficult, man.
Well, I do know 100% D is Devo, but I'll have to look on the Start GG to see who else.
It's just D. It's just D.
Nah, throw some respect on that man's name.
That is entirely fair. Now Andy pushing the ball. He has a little bit of anti-synergy with his team, but his team was able to read it decently, even in that situation. Shot pressure, question mark. A bump, and, well, that's a perfect play. Coming up from Bo.
There it goes.
Oh, the double bump and demo attempt. And, well, guess what? One bump hit. You can't dodge them all.
Question mark is Cap. Yes, I just got that from my production as well as pulling it up on Start GG. But question mark on the blue squad is Cap. Maybe it's a little bit of a glitch for his username. As you know, if you play Rocket League, some of the usernames get X'd out depending on what they are. But we get back to the game here now. If he's going to send it down the line only as far as Andy. Good demo by Eagle, but he kind of interrupts his teammate there as they were about to get a clear in an offensive sequence. Devo's going to try and get an offensive push, but not to be. He's going to fall out and see if Vogue can continue the momentum
And the boost
they
is
built
so
for
low.
themselves.
This could be really big concern. Yes, and it absolutely is. A combined boost of 50 on that side of Vogue there. And, well, Andy knew it and put the pressure on. And, well, Vogue was just dancing in net because there was absolutely nothing they could have done there.
Yeah, a little bit of positioning not favoring the side of Vogue, but they still have 2 goals to boast to their name in this game. As we said, the confidence building of getting a goal last game is definitely showing here in this game. They need to be able to put on the finishing touches. They need to maybe control the boost in the midfield a little more. Is Eagle's going to send a touch off to the side. Cap trying to get some work done on the wall, but Devo's wise to it. Eagle has to receive and try and salvage the offensive push.
Yeah, and it looks like they weren't able to completely salvage it. They do have a little bit, of course. Great Muskie on the ground there from Eagle. Shot attempt. It does go a little bit off with a great save. Great clear. I mean, now Vogue has tempo. They have boost as well, so I'm not horribly concerned. Almost a finish around the world at the net. And it looks like it is going to get cleared with a receive coming out from
Cap's gonna
Andy.
send it down,
that's
but
rough. And it is quite clear.
Cap sends another one on net. It kind of
Oh,
ping pong between the defenders. Eagle can't capitalize on it. Now if he's going to try and keep it in the offensive zone, where is Eagle? Oh, he just has to go back for boost. He can't keep the pressure on. They have now if he downfield. It's going to Kareem off the post. The post is doing work in this game, but not enough work as Cap is going to finish that one for Vogue, tying the game with about maybe a minute, some change to go. Beautifully done there from Vogue.
I mean, that was the epitome of a blender there. You want it? Oh, it's off backboard. Oh, you want it now? Oh, it's off backboard. And honestly, it's a great way to do it. It sort of sucks because a very large amount of the time it is entirely unintentional. You know, you're really trying your best to get that shot. It's just not going in, so a lot of rage builds up during those times. But it looks like that is not the case. What a great attempt from Nalfi. Now, Expert showing his skills and pushing the ball forward. Out, great read from Andy. Now, it's going center, and a great bump attempt. And finish coming out from D. I'm pretty sure that's Cap, correct? Or was that question mark?
No, that one's Devo. The blue side question mark is Cap, but
Why do we have so many question marks? This is confusing.
it's-
I have
I think-
questions.
I want to say I'm going to blame it on Rocket League. I'm not going to blame it on the players.
Fair enough.
To be honest. But either way, Vogue just looking a little bit too scrambled on defense. Their offensive sequences look good, but I think their rotations when it comes to the defensive side of the field just need to be refined a little bit. Because I think What's Up is banking on misplays in... If the other team is able to bank on you misplays, that's going to fall dangerously, but Eagle doesn't get quite enough of a touch on it. But if the other team is able to bank on your misplays, that just means that there's a communication error that's not quite getting fixed, and the other team picks up on it before you do. It's not the end of the world, though. It's just within one goal here, 3-4 as we enter the last 30 seconds. Now if he's going to try and collect this, gets it over top of Devo, has to get a nice pinch here off the wall. Falls down 2 Vogue players there trying to get something done. Eagle's going to follow it. Oh, but it's just not enough. I think a demo came out there for the side of What's Up to help the defensive stance. We're coming down the last 10 seconds. It's looking real steep here for Vogue.
It didn't touch down yet. So now Andy is up in the air. One, great flip reset, great shot attempt, but it is going to be bouncing down fast and hard, and it does fully touch the ground, making it a 2-0 to the favor of Waza. Making this a 3-4 game, which was a incredible series, honestly. Yes, it was technically a wash in the favor of What's Up, but it doesn't really matter. They played incredibly there.
Yeah, Vogue is to be feared. They're gonna make waves in the lower bracket, I bet you.
Absolutely.
But What's Up is moving into the quarterfinals. They are maybe the second team to move in, but I know Shmoo is the first team off to the quarterfinals. As the bracket updates here now. Yeah, we got a lot of teams in the quarterfinals. You got NTX waiting for the winner of Team Silence and Justice for Solo. You got Spacebound Cowboys. Love that name. Spacebound Cowboys are facing off against Passion FC. ET is going to be playing What's Up in the quarterfinals. And next to new esports playing SmackDown Live, we're getting deep in the brackets here. I can't wait to see who ends up in the semifinals, as we will not have a grand finals today in the winner bracket, as both of the winners of these semifinalists will be moving on to day 2, but most of the drama will be once we get down to the last remaining teams in the lower bracket, as even though you make it to round 6 in the losers round, you still have to prove yourself against the losers of the winners semifinals. So either way, you're going to have some quality teams here down the stretch.
Absolutely. And the pressure is also very high there as well. And then for that, before we head to a short break and prep up for the next game, which appears to be maybe no break. Okay. Well, ad read nonetheless. I do have one for us. It is the Rocket League Fame Changers. The Better Together tournament is thankful to be sponsored by the Rocket League Game Changers, Magic's coaching community. Magic has coached thousands of players from beginners to RLCS talent with over 100 testimonials and no bad reviews. Sessions start at $9 with free consultations available. Learn more at, discord.gg/RLGC. I thought that link was a lot longer, so makes it easy for me.
Top Lay is number 3 RLCS ranked worldwide. Oh, maybe 159. I'm sorry, that stat was misleading. But it looks like we are ready for this to go down, as both the teams were set waiting for us in the lobby.
Oh, we're sorry.
We are very sorry, but let us not deliberate you any longer, as Top Lay is ready to face off with, again, a Nameless Esports good friend in Com, a great friend of the organization here over at Nameless Esports, going up against Shmoo, who I am not familiar with, but having made it this far in this tournament, you know they are no slouch.
And it looks like Top Lay is number 3 RLCS ranked and 159 worldwide, which will face off in Shmoo in the quarterfinals.
That is going to be very exciting. I can't wait for that to see. Just himself has over $300,000 in tournament winnings. That speaks for itself. We were pretty excited about, what's up.
Like 9,000, 7,006.
Yeah,
7,700 basically.
As a team, and if you know anything about the Rocket League circuits, that is no number to slouch at. But for an individual player to accumulate over 300,000, this guy has been there, seen it, done that. I am super excited.
Absolutely. That is going to be an incredible game nonetheless. But I am excited to see how this one will play out, of course, because obviously you can't say 100%, of course, how it is going to go. But Top Lay is a very dominant team from what we're seeing. But Shmoo is no Cal Lacken here.
No, of course not. It's just hard to... You got to recognize the name value of Com and Parthenax. Parthenax, I can't remember the RLCS team he was on the most recently, but I know he is named after the legendary Skyrim dragon that you meet at the end of the game. And if you kill him and listen to Delphine, you ain't nothing. I know you don't know anything about this, Lewacki. We'll school you on it after the stream, but it is still a part of the lore that is important to so many of us out there.
That is fair. I've never been one for single player games.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Even if it is easily the greatest one for a very long time at that as well. But I'm going to do your predictions one more time on this one. I did my slight prediction, but I want the hard prediction. What are you thinking here, Hyper?
It's hard to ignore Com and Parth on the same team. Like, just ignoring the statistic of over the $300,000 in tournament winnings. Com's play style, and he seemed to be the leader on any team he was on. He was the one who was kind of formulating strats, getting people pumped up. He was sort of the energy of the team. So if he's on a roster, he's going to be breathing down your neck anytime you're trying to get a clear, anytime you're trying to set up a team play. He's going to be there. He's going to be bumping you. He's going to be demoing you. He's going to be stealing your boost. It's not going to be a comfortable game for Shmo if Com and Parth can stick to the brand that they've established for themselves.
Absolutely. And speaking of on brand of sorts, we do have Team Silence, which is number 1 in RLCS and 128 worldwide, has advanced to the quarters. We may see an RLCS number 1 versus RLCS number 3 tomorrow. However, we're not going to say that just yet because we know the last time I talked.
Yeah, sometimes you got to lean into the caster's curse, just to keep it exciting, just to keep us on.
You don't want to be hazed by the fans of other ones. You do have that happen, of course, because it's just like, oh, this is exactly what's going to happen, and people know what that means.
Yeah, no matter as Top Lay and Shmoo are going to be coming at you here very shortly, as all the players are set in the lobby, and we're just waiting for the match to commence here.
Wow,
again,
you don't have the curse. You have the blessing of starting the games here. Perfect timing. And honestly, this is a great start already. We're only 10 seconds in, and you're seeing the level of play is incredible here. Like, tempo is up high. Pressure is great already. And there's not many mistakes so far. It's mostly just filling each other out and then going from there.
Eris going to try and collect that on the side for Shmo, but Diaz sends it down. Eris didn't have the boost to really do anything with that, but Com's going to get a touch pass really as far as the Shmoo defense. Looks like Creams is going to try and get a nice little touch there. Get it past one defender. Has Com off to the side. Creams is just slicing up the defense in the midfield. Didn't even give them a chance at the save. He just crosses everybody up.
And then you just have Com, who's there. Com there coming out. However, he's not the king of demos in this one, evidently. He will be coming out later on with the demolicious work coming out. And guess what? This is just a force, and that's almost just in, but there were multiple members of Shmoo showing up for that last second double touches there.
Ooh, and a double commit there on the defensive Shmoo. Now they got to hope that they can dodge the incoming attack, but Calm is just stealing boost and getting demos on the other side of the field. He knew once that double commit came through, he just had to get a little bit of disruption, and as a bonus, gets a touch on the ball. Ends up being a goal for Parth. They go up 2-0 here in the first minute.
Yeah, that was something, to say the least. That was honestly a nice little, simple, well-made play. Great fundamentals and also great skill as well, which is a great thing that I love seeing. Creams taking his time, gets it past 1, possibly around 2 here if he does have a little bit more boost, but he might not even need it. Creams putting the creamer on top of Le, apparently.
Yeah, unfortunately named team, but fortunately slotted players, because they are really getting the work done here. Not even 2 minutes gone, and they've got 3 goals to boast for, and it hasn't looked like Shmoo is playing, you know, gold level Rocket League. They're just getting out positioned, getting demoed. They can't respond to the chaos that's being created on their side of the field. As you see, Parth is just he's camping on the other side of the field. He's got 2. The play hasn't even started, and he's just already in your face. As they again, you see Creams downfield, just willing to intercept that. Parth gets another demo in the corner. This is going to be really tough for Shmoo if they can't respond to the pressure.
I mean, this isn't textbook. This is aggressive plays coming out here, and it is beautiful to say the least. We have a DC on the side of Shmoo.
Oh, do we? It's not a glitch.
They are missing someone.
Everybody's still playing. I wonder if we might get
okay,
a
he
pause.
is back, but little strange. Nothing obviously did happen there. I love the respect, at least, to not go over the top and go absurd, because this isn't ranked. You need to have a little bit of respect here for your enemies here. Nice.
Yeah, for sure.
Coming out. It does get read out. This is a little bit of a rough position for top leg, because they're all on top of each other. But guess what? They just don't care. They have these skills to back it up, and they're not horribly concerned about it.
Parth is going to respond to the danger. The top of the box there has Creams along the side to get offense going. Parth just messing around with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left and 4 goals up. You can see that they're just trying out different plays. They're going to be disruptive. Creams!
Oh, what?
Oh, my goodness. From the backboard. He was almost on the ceiling. He was so high up. Parth knew exactly where to put that. Creams with near full boost gets a astonishing redirect down, almost 90 degrees down, and gets the 5th goal for top left.
That is, once again, a fantastic play. Now you have Parth going for a nice little simple flick, and it looks like that's just in as well. I mean, the follow-up is there. The skill is also there. And it's just putting Shmoo down, unfortunately. It's not great to say that, but they are just taking a beating, and they're not mooing about it.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot you can do, especially in this first game when you're getting your first look at a competition that is, like we said, top 3 in RLCS. It is tough when you see how anybody can be dangerous from any point on the field. No, even if it's all the way in the corner, even if it looks like that they don't have any boost, you have to be paranoid. You have to assume that anything and everything will be and can be sent right into your net. Oh,
right
beautiful
there.
play.
That is a fantastic
That's
play.
a great play from Bala as he gets a nice flick, knows that his teammate Hezi is going to be right above him where he needs to be. Great communication coming out there. But that's 1 of 6. You need to do that again and again and again and again and again, or prepare to do it next game.
Okay, I was counting how many times you said again, and you did do 5. I am quite proud of you there. I had to make sure, because your counting has not exactly been one to be proud about here. Great clear from Hesse, and now second touch. Up high, but no, it gets cleared. Creams, about half boost, pinches it down. It's off backboard. Nobody else is going to be there. You have a... Honestly, top lane is not playing nearly as aggressive as they were, but it bumped down, straight down, out again. This is just tiki-taka a little bit. They're just sending it back and forth, back and forth. They're not horribly concerned about goals because it is incredibly hard to get 5 in a minute 10. Obviously possible, but at this level of play, it is statistically improbable.
Parth there going for a fancy shot. Yeah, it might turn into more of a scrimmage here more than anything. But Com's going to get a nice pinch off the wall as far as Hezzy. But another news in the bracket, SmackDown Live, an unranked esports team, upsets the number 243 next to new esports in a 2-0 sweep. They punched the first ticket to the semis, and they're one game away from qualifying for tomorrow. That is big news if you know about the big names here in our tournament.
Yes, and I love to see the upsets. I mean, it makes a lot of people very mad, but upsets are where the fun of sports truly are, is when things get crazy. And apparently Kenzo wants a Brazil, but guess what? Now that you said that, it is somehow going to be even in 13 seconds. It's going to happen here. Great shot from Creams. He will go for the second touch off roof, and it is high, and a great clear as well. So it will be going center, trying to get it in, but the last ditch efforts are not going to be enough, and that is a finish from Cream. Well, technically Bala, making it 1-7.
Kenzo gets what he wants. Unfortunate there from Bala. Maybe got a piece of it, but I don't think he really had the rotation to get in front of that. It is going to be the Brazil, the 7-1 scoreline for top left. Com, Parth, and Creams are showing what they are made of. There's not a mistake that this is a top 3 team in RLCS. They have come to play. And Com, on his usual antics, I mean, it's bleeding out to the other players on his team. You saw they always had a member of their team downfield, stealing boosts, getting bumps. They were on top of it that game.
I mean, it's a great play to make, and there's not too many negatives, especially in threes. Obviously, in twos, that is a very big different thing here. But for threes, it's relatively normal to have a man up there, especially after putting pressure on the ball. You typically rotate far up to try and put even more pressure on either boost, people, or ball, or, if you're lucky, all three.
As we get going here for game 2, Shmoo have to get something early. You know what you're going up against. You have to be realistic and know that if you're going to win, it's going to be a shootout. You can try and bank on your defense. You can try and keep a third man back to, you know, rectify all the mistakes and rotation that you might make or all the risks you might take. But I think more realistically, you got to plan on this being a shootout. You got to plan on being able to score 6-7 goals just to be able to get past top lay and their offensive production, because it is just top tier.
Absolutely. Now you have Cobb. 29 boost, sends it center. Great read and shot, and a bump as well from Cobb. That is a fundamentally perfect play. I mean, you have flip reset. He sees his teammate down to Parth, and then guess what? He sees the enemy as well. That is great vision. I'd say higher than 110 FOV.
One can only know. I wonder if his settings are on Liquipedia, but it seems like Com and Parth are on a string here. They just know exactly where each other are going to be. Cream sends a shot from the midfield. It just gets away from Shmoo, and they get punished for it immediately. That just goes right over top of Eris.
Yep, it was just a slight slide off and, well, a perfect shot in. It's the fundamentals. It's good to know that they know their fundamentals, because I do see a lot of players at this level just reject fundamentals in its entirety. You know, it's like, I'm a god. What am I supposed to be worrying about? It's like, I could save everything, I could do this, but you can't control the ball when you need to. So it's always great to see players that do not reject the fundamentals, which top left absolutely is.
Bala here gets a nice touch on the clear. Top lid off the ceiling. Com gets a nice touch to keep it going. Eris is there for that one. Has a teammate downfield that just isn't quick enough. He's going to have to jump rotation and try and kill the attack for top lid. Has Hezzy following that. Gets a nice double tap. Just not enough on it for Com, who was waiting for it in the net. Sends it downfield. That streaks across the Shmoo net. Oh, man. Like I said, they're dangerous from everywhere. You can't imagine just because that is petering over your crossbar. See, in Grand Champ, that's a clear, and you just kind of reset and you figure out where boost is. Not here. That's dangerous. Everywhere it is, it's dangerous. You got to know where all 3 players are at.
Absolutely. And now we have the standard starting. High Eris here, popping the ball, tries to get it under, but actually is read out by his own teammate a little bit, which is slightly rough. And then that man just parts the Red Sea and gets a great clear. Parth sends it down over to Creams. Creams tries to go for the read here. He does, and now Parth is going to read it a little bit more and pitches it in.
Crazy. Parth jumped before that challenge even happened, and he managed to adjust himself to score that. Beautifully done there from top left as they're cruising their way to the semifinals.
Can't say that just yet because now you know what happens when you say something like that. Comeback coming from Shmoo here. Creams off roof. He will go for this musty a little bit. And it was a little bit musty, but not enough evidently. Calm by himself gets the taste of his own bump. And now it does go a little bit more, but it might get read out. No, it's actually still pushing more. Calm is just having a game of his life. He doesn't care. He's going for boost. He trusts his team perfectly.
He's playing NASCAR.
He's playing bumper cars. He's playing exactly how my mother plays Rocket League, which is drive around like it's Mario Kart.
Yeah, he was just taking a lap around the field there, just ooh, boost, ooh, boost.
Which isn't the wrong way to do it, but it is.
It's definitely not the wrong way when your team's up 4-0. As
however,
Eris
4-1. Why are you saying something?
Just as I speak, Hezzy's gonna send that perfectly over to Eris. As I don't think he would have enough on it to secure it himself, so he had a teammate off to the right. They get their first goal. 3 more to go. As long as their defense holds up, can Shmoo do it? It's a fake kickoff here.
That was dangerous, but it is still readable. That man sends it straight out. Now Creams is also up for it, so it is high and center, ready for a shot in, but it's just not enough at this point in time. Now you have that man ready for it. Parth. He does get read out, so the ball is just continuing nicely until someone finally takes over, and it is Calm ready. He's controlling it well. Parth is under him, and he knows it as well as someone above him as well. What? We sandwiching this?
It's crazy.
Like, what's happening here? And that is a shot on target. Let's see if Creams can get back in time, and he absolutely does, but he is not going to be able to get a second. So he controls it well now, able to get to it. Off roof, 19
Look
boost.
at Calm.
Flip. Calm is just doing what he wants. He's having fun.
That's the freedom you can play with when you trust all of your teammates. Not a day in my life have I been able to play Rocket League and trust all of my teammates on the pitch. How freeing it must be for top lid to just be able to scrimmage and just have fun down the pitch. They're going to disrupt another attack from Shmoo. Kind of a double commit there for the offense. Eris now has to get back, has to beat Calm out, does demo him, has to... Beautifully controlled. Is just the dodging the demo was not enough. Creams just had the control. Gets the fake reset there. Gets his wheels on the ground in time enough to dodge into it from a crazy angle. 5-1 top lid.
Honestly, it's safe to say the game is practically, the end of series is practically over. Obviously, that's not 100% the case, of course. But it is a safe assumption at this point in time. The real thing that Shmoo would want to be thinking is, firstly, I just want to score on these guys. And they almost do with a fantastic read. But they also want to get prepped up for the next one. What's happening there, Parth? What's happening?
Yeah, I think Parth was maybe hoping I think he was hoping Eris would go flying past the ball here, but it didn't look like he was going to go flying past the ball. He just rotates his car in time to be able to get that score. It's the second goal there for his team, Shmoo. With 48 seconds, they're going to need to get a lot more work done than that.
Absolutely. As I always say, there's technically always a chance, no matter how slim. But now you have these guys playing nice and safe, pinched across. Parth will try and continue more, but it looks like they're actually just playing safe, mainly doing the defense game a little bit. Straight to Parth, and a great clear. Calm is clearing. What a dang touch, Calm. Quite frankly, I would have missed or sent it into our net.
It is just so free on the pitch.
That's why he's better.
Another demo coming out for top Liz. Parth is going to try and get his ceiling reset there. Doesn't get it in time for Hezzy to clear it. Ball is going to follow up on it. We reach our last 10 seconds here in this matchup. A little wacky. I am so excited to see top lay tested, because if this is what they look like when they're free and able to just have a bunch of fun on the pitch, I am excited for the strats that they have to pull out once that they actually have a team that's breathing down their neck.
Absolutely. It will be a terrifying version of top. However, it could also be a little bit worse as well. You do see a lot of teams not perform well under pressure. But when you have a team this good, they're going to be able to perform under pressure. Let's be honest here.
Yeah, you have a couple of players that are very battle tested, ready to go. As we do have a lot of news from across the league. You see Passion FC punches their ticket to the semis. You see number 1 RLCS ranked Team Silence is also... Oh, no, sorry. They are waiting. Passion FC is waiting to see who they play in the semis. And number 57 in the world, what's up, facing SmackDown Live in the next round of the tournament. Exciting gameplay coming through here, Luwaki. I am so excited for these last couple rounds.
Absolutely. It should be incredibly fun. But before we send it to a short break, I have another ad read. And you want this one, Hyper?
If I was organized enough to have it on my screen,
I'll
I might
do it for
steal
you
it from
then.
you.
So this one is Welcome to Tishok. I'm pretty sure. I apologize for the pronunciation. It has a character that I'm not exactly used to. It is a O with an accent over it. So take that how you will. Gaming. A friendly, inclusive community built on good vibes. Here, gamers come together to have fun, make friends, and enjoy the world of gaming in a positive, respectful environment. From casual players to hardcore enthusiasts, everyone has a place at TKG. They will be hosting regular events, game nights, and movie nights to bring the community even closer. But for that, we'll be taking it to a short break while we do prep up for the next fantastic and honestly great game coming up real soon. We'll see you all real soon once again.
I want you to cut that half right now.
Hey, I'm Magic, the top 1 rated coach on Metafy. I've had the chance to work with thousands of players, from brand new all the way to RLCS contenders. I'm proud to say I have over 100 testimonials and not a single bad review. Outside of Rocket League, I come from a martial art background, and I specialize in Taekwondo. I am currently a 3rd Dan black belt, a European champion, a world champion contender, and now a world championship coach. Much of what I teach are based on discipline, composure, mastering your instincts, and being able to condition yourself for your correct automatic responses. Over the past 5 years, I've helped hundreds of players reach Grand Champion and dozens reach Supersonic Legend. Many of those players have now made thousands in prize pools and can now be found in the top 100 global leaderboards. If you want a coach who's genuinely invested in your journey of the game, will help you create personalized and curated coaching towards your needs and goals, level up your game, then book a free consultation with me on Metafy. Pay sessions start at just $9, so make sure to check me out at discord.gg/rlgc or at my Metafy, metafy.gg/magic. I can't wait to meet you and help you achieve your goals. Abracadabra, magic out. Hey.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. I forgot to mute myself in Discord. Apologies. I always catch myself a little bit too late there. But welcome back, everyone, where we are at the Better Together. I'm Lowacki, once again joined by Hyper. We were on a little bit of a pause, but you were watching one of the games that we're going through. But we have an exciting game of Passion FC versus NTX Esports.
Yeah, and if you were watching the game in the stream during the break, you saw one of the crazier upsets that you might see in this tournament. Team Silenced, which is top 3 RLCS, just got eliminated by an unranked team in NTX. Am I on the right pool? That is definitely the biggest upset that we've had so far, barring, you know, anything that could come here in the last couple rounds. It's bigger than, you know, Lincoln Park and their run. That's bigger than Next in You. So I hope we have a little more drama, you know, leading into these next couple rounds. But it looks like these teams have already started. We're gonna be jumping in here about 30 seconds late. Luckily, no scores have been tallied, but starting a little bit ahead of the production. But here we are.
Yeah, well, those sorts of things obviously do happen. Nothing you can really go against, especially as us. This is a shot very close to net, but Tufio will be able to control it. 50 boost, pinches it downwards, and it's just high and ready for someone to try and make a play of this.
Life is dealing with it for now. He's got a couple players behind him waiting to be in rotation to make a difference. Leave it off to Crab now. Drew is going to come in behind him and try and get something going. Fade is wise to it this time around. Gets a couple nice touches. Gets his reset to get it as far as midfield. Ooh, has a teammate streaking underneath him. They complete the clear. Now they got to fight for offensive possession. There's Tufio trying to get up there to get a read. Oh, he does end up getting something on the ball. Fade is going to get possession, clear that out. Can't see where it's going for now, but I thought the net might have been open. I was counting the amount of players that were on my screen as we were watching that demo screen, and I was counting a little too many. Sure enough, that finds its way into the open net.
Your math is right for once. Congratulations.
You know, a broken clock's right twice a day. A squirrel finds the nuts he lost. Anyways, that'll be NTX up 1-0 here with a minute 30 elapsed.
Yes, indeed. And now this is where things start getting a little bit hairy. A lot of overcommits happening from Passion FC here, which is a little bit of a concern that I'd love to watch out for. Crab tries to get it out, but now his teammate controls it well. Life keeps pushing. And now you have to have one more man ready for it, Drew. And it does get read out. There are bumps from everyone's own team happening all across the board here, which is a little rough to see, quite frankly.
A little jumbled up in the rotations. Drew did cleanly enough to avoid it that time. Sends a nice little dime to Life. He was waiting for it. Beautifully done. They get a goal on the side, tying it up.
That they absolutely do. Less than 3 minutes remaining in this game, so there's still a lot of room for some things to get a little bit finicky here. Speaking of which, Drew traps the ball, and just not enough, apparently. So now, Mech has to go for it. Well, these guys only go for these air plays, which don't work all the time, but they are certainly fancy nonetheless. Life just taps it down one more time, but it's not enough, but the finish is there right off an enemy as well, just to add insult to injury.
Life doing all the work for his crew in Passion FC. Gets 3 touches off the wall. Oh, he kind of faked out Crab there. Crab thought the 3rd touch was going to be his, but safely controlled by Drew as they go up 2-1 here midway through game 1.
Yes, Life keeps it rolling because Life doesn't stop, and what a shot coming out as well. Goes a little wide. Now the Crab is up, but the Crab is not crabby enough here. Ooh, a little bit of a fake attempt, sort of. Too few. That's a nice save, because that was a lot of pressure. Shot on target. It is a little high. Now Life is up for it. Tries to get it past 2, but it's just not there. And now, just a nice little rotate out.
It's worth saying that Mech put a little bit of pressure on that shot, and you could argue that that's what forced it above the crossbar. You always got to throw a hand up in the face of these shooting players, because you never know, just might send it a little off target and save your team from getting scored on. Good rotations there from Mech.
Yes, indeed. A nice little... He might have got a flip reset, Drew. He actually did not, but his teammate is up for Life, and he finishes the job. Making sure the passion is there for them here. Great performance.
Passion FC coming out with the Life so far, but NTX, they still have some momentum to be drawn upon. Like we said, when you just witnessed the upset that they pulled against a highly ranked RLCS team in the name of Team Silence. So they have got to remember what they just did a few minutes ago and start to channel some of that, start to show their teeth a little bit more. That's going to find its way across the field. Drew's there in rotation for it. Passion's going to send it back for another attack interrupted by Fade.
What was that pinch? But Life is up in the air, and guess what? That's a bump attempt, and it's just a perfect bump. Life scores once again. Honestly, simple, smart play. Crab. I don't know how you did that. I don't know how you sent that ball that fast. But hold on.
That was a wonderful pinch. Sends it downfield. His team is clearly inclined enough to be able to read it and get to it as they find themselves up 4-1. Drew has another chance on the ball. Gets a nice controlling touch, but gets booped ahead of it. Can't get the double tap. Life is there to put the shot on net, but it is a save coming out from Fade. NTX stay alive for now, but it is not looking good for them. The later this clock goes, and Fade is not good enough to get a 0 boost save against the likes of Life. It'll be 5-1 up for Passion FC.
Yes, that was, honestly, once again, I love these simplistic plays. Nothing too horribly fancy coming out of them, except for some just relatively normal Rocket League, which is what I love to see, because that's something that I would love to improve on. Great shot coming out from Fade there, but it just was not enough, and Fade is apparently catching a Fade and bumping around in that net there. Ball is flying out. Life touches it once. Now you have Drew up in the air. He will set it center, but he does have one more teammate available, and he does accidentally go off his own teammate. A demo does not happen on Too Few, even though it absolutely should. Crab goes wide on target. It is actually off. Shot above as well. This is brutal. Life flicks it over 1. He might be able to get over 2, but Merc reads it well. Now it's even 1 more. This is on a little bit off, but it is perfectly fine. Life has a way. Life finds a way. Life sends it out. Shot across, and it's just too dang high.
Fade getting harassed there by Drew as Drew's going back for some defense. 2 players commit on the side of Passion FC. Let's see if NTX can get a goal on it just for their mental not to be this time around. Passion FC put together a beautiful game 1, give them the edge in this series so far. See if NTX can just get the ball out, not to be this time around.
Yes, indeed. That was a cinematic game 1 for Passion FC. They were showing their passion here, and they were not letting up. They had the power to back themselves up, and they were having a great time in the meantime while they were doing that. So congrats to them on game 1. There's still 1 to 2 more, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, NTX was down 1-0 in the series against Team Silenced, and Not to say the Team Silence is better than Passion. Obviously, we can't see them play in this particular day, but that is something, like we said about the mental, it's something you got to draw upon. Find a little confidence in yourself. 5-1 does look a little stark if you read it, but they still look pretty competitive. They just look like they were trying things out. Didn't quite find its way to the net. Maybe a few double commits where it shouldn't have been, but they still look competitive despite the scoreline.
Absolutely. I mean, the scoreline never really tells the full story that you are seeing. You do have some that just roll off that luck, and there's just a shot that almost lands in. And you have some of them that, you know, they got incredibly lucky. Like, yeah, they're actually worse than the players, but a lot of things just went in their favor. Yes, this game doesn't rely on luck a lot, but there's still luck, which is unfortunate to those of us that do not want that aspect at all.
Those unlucky few that we are can't always rely on our mechanics. We need a little bit of help. Life
Finds a way.
In there. He gets the ceiling reset, gets another touch on to keep the play going. Drew's down there waiting for a pass to come his way. Fade gets kind of a weak touch, but Tufio is there to read it. Crab now on the back wall.
Evolutionizing perfectly here. Now shot from Life, and it's just a little off, but Crab, no one actually goes for the shot there. Now gets cleared out by Tufio. He gets one more touch. That is a little bit of a pressure, and it is perfectly fine. These boys are not worried about it. Great bump. Life is able to respond perfectly and get the ball far out, but he will actually be able to beat this man out. Send it center. And there's a second shot, and it's in. Rebounding down off that crossbar. And that is making it 0-1 in their favor.
Yeah, watching Tufio in this replay, he had a chance. He had a rotation to challenge the shot as it was coming in, but decided that he wanted to play the 50 on the wall. It just gave the opposing player a little bit too much time, and they capitalized on him. Passion FC up 1-0. A little over a minute gone. NTX have got to focus. I'm watching Fade, to be honest with you. I think he's going to be the difference maker to get something going, because he has had some resets and some passes that almost found a teammate there down mech downfield, but I'm going to try and recoup for another attack.
Yes, indeed. Now, Drew is trying his best there. He knows there's spacing here. He actually goes for a demo, but it does go a little wide. Now, that's a great receive over to his teammate, but it almost gets read out. Now, Drew is ready for it. It gets read once again by this man here. He plays his time mech. He goes above one. He's trying to get over two. He almost goes for the flip reset. A little bit of a demo, but it also did get read out. Now, that is a shot. A time from Life. It goes a little wide because, you know, that's just how Life is. It goes high. Drew for the shot, and he put it low. Perfect place.
Yeah, just too many NTX players in the offensive half. But Drew, good goal. Nevertheless, assisted by Life, they find themselves up 2-0, trying to secure this series in 2 games. They do not want to let NTX get another lifeline in a game 3. They want to punch their ticket to day number 2 right now. Passion FC trying to hold on defense. His Fade is going to try and get another touch on that. Doesn't quite get it on the challenge. Tufiu's going to keep the offense going. Steals the boost. Now Mech catching a bump from Crab in midfield, but Tufiu's wise to it. Now Mech is up in rotation. Fade's going to try and keep this in. Tries to pick a sweet spot in the net, but there was just too many defenders in his way.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, gotta play a little bit of time if you're on the side of Passion FC. They're controlling it decently off to a teammate that is unfortunately not there. Fade, what a great touch. Setting it across. Now, Crab knows his time frame, bumps it high, rolls it across. He does get read out, but he reads it one more time. This is a picture book here, ladies and gentlemen. And a great kill, but that's a shot on target. Off, actually. Very close. Crab up in the air. Sends it on target one more time, and it's just saved once again. These are fantastic shots that are just getting read even beautifully. Even beautifuler. Yes, English.
Yeah, definitely high-level stuff. You've got to be on your game. Can't lose track of a player unless you get demoed from the middle of nowhere. Oh, Life coming off the ceiling there. Tries to get it down on net. He'll keep the pressure going. Fade now has to collect a reset on the wall. Has both of his teammates nearby. One going back for boost. Tufio trying to make sense of this crisscross play that Passion almost threw on him. They just couldn't find the right teammates in the passing play. The idea was there, though.
Yes, that tiki-taka was available. You know, every single person on their team would have gotten a touch in that goal there. What a great clear. Now they have to play, once again, a little bit weird. They're still trying to force it, even with a minute left on the side of Passion FC, which would not be in my playbook. I would be playing very passive, you know, go for the balls that you need and make sure the enemies go for the balls. I mean, they try to go for the balls they want, and you make sure you stop said balls. But a little bit of a fake. I mean, it's a little rough of attempt.
Ooh.
Shot attempt goes a little high. Life will make his way through this. 0 boost, gets bumped 1 more, but simple stuff. No one's going to really be able to get out on top of this situation because it's boomer ball here. 30 seconds remaining.
Yeah, Passion FC controlling very well. They're not trying to let NTX get themselves back in this series. They're just shadowing. They always have a player just shadowing the 50s, ready to respond. They're not trying to do any crazy reads. They're not playing scrimmage like we've seen other teams who are super comfortable in their games. Tufew's going to get a last-second attempt here. Just can't get the ceiling reset to benefit him on the challenge. Life and Drew connect for a team pinch. But the play doesn't quite come through. And that will be the series. Passion FC have punched their ticket to day 2, stopping the usurpers in NTX Esports in their tracks, not letting them feel too high and mighty about their takedown of Team Silence. They stop them in 2 games. Passion FC moving on to day 2.
Absolutely, they do. And that was a fantastic way to end your day on the side of Passion FC, because you know, once you get there tomorrow, hey, we 2-0'd the last guy. Top left Punishers also has a ticket to day 2, winning both games 3-2 as well. And no hesitation
as well.
Also got through.
The Nameless Esports, almost in-house names, but getting themselves through with the 2-1 scoreline against Yapville. We're starting to see day 2 come together a little bit, but we have to see a couple of lower bracket tiebreakers and games to see who from the losers bracket can redeem themselves, who from the losers bracket can pick themselves up after a loss and redeem their chances here in this $1,500 Better Together tournament.
Absolutely. I'm curious to see what exactly is up next for all these folks here. I mean, a lot of these ones are basically already through and done and ready for the next day. Let me see if I can poke around in our little bracket a little bit more. Pool 2, see how they're running. Yeah, Passion FC. And then was up against SmackDown Live with a nice 2-0. And it looks like we will have one more game for you all today. But before that, we will be taking it to a short break after we do get one more little read. So we have Meet Magic, a Metafy coach with years of experience helping players go from silver all the way to top 100. He focuses on smart decision-making, confidence under pressure, and real improvements that last. With a background in martial arts coaching, his training blends discipline, psychology, and high-level Rocket League knowledge. We're proud to be partnered with Magic's Metafy, so if you're ready to level up, book a session through Metafy page today.
Yeah, that background in martial arts coaching is no joke. that teaches you everything you need to know in all facets of anything competitive you want to do. So definitely go check that out. I was browsing through his Discord a little bit. He's already got over 600 people in his Discord, all who want to improve themselves, get their game where they want to be. So definitely go check out Magic.
Absolutely. But for that, we should be able to bring up a bracket. Survey.
Well, we got a glimpse of it. Hope you got photographic memory.
You better be fast.
Hey, I'm Magic, the top 1 rated coach on Metafy. I've had the chance to work with thousands of players, from brand new all the way to RLCS contenders. I'm proud to say I have over 100 testimonials and not a single bad review. Outside of Rocket League, I come from a martial art background, and I specialize in Taekwondo. I am currently a 3rd Dan black belt, a European champion, a world champion contender, and now a world championship coach. Much of what I teach are based on discipline, composure, mastering your instincts, and being able to condition yourself for your correct automatic responses. Over the past 5 years, I've helped hundreds of players reach Grand Champion and dozens reach Supersonic Legend. Many of those players have now made thousands in prize pools and can now be found in the top 100 global leaderboards. If you want a coach who's genuinely invested in your journey of the game, will help you create personalized and curated coaching towards your needs and goals, level up your game, then book a free consultation with me on Metafy. Paid sessions start at just $9, so make sure to check me out at discord.gg/rlgc or at my Metafy, metafy.gg/magic. I can't wait to meet you and help you achieve your goals. Abracadabra, magic out. Hey, I'm Magic. The top...
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Sorry for the little bit of a break there, but we are finally back once again, where we have these Spacebound Cowboys versus SmackDown Live. Two names that are a little bit of a rarity here.
Yes, for sure. A bit of a mouthful on both sides. Before we get into the action, we're going to give you a little ad read. Welcome to Acid Esports. They're looking for talented players to join their growing team in both EA and NA rosters, a supportive community, free coaching, custom merch, promo codes, exclusive tournaments, all to help you level up fast and get on brand. They're recruiting staff, managers, creators, editors, coaches, casters, freestylers, and committed players ready to join an up-and-coming organization. If you are ready to grow and compete and be part of something big, join Acid Esports today. Take your game to the next level.
Absolutely. God, these guys know their wording here. But it should be, this coming game should be very interesting, because we did have a little bit of an upset when it came to, let me see the name.
Team Silence has got me stressed out.
Got beat. Actually beat Team Silenced, which is rough.
Team Silence offering up two of the biggest upsets in the tournament so far. First going to, I believe it was NTX Esports, and then again in the lower bracket falling to Spacebound Cowboys. Top RLCS team falling to some unranked organizations shows you not the culpability of Team Silence, but it shows you just how good an organization you've never heard of can be. Just because they don't have name recognition doesn't mean you don't have to cross your T's and dot your I's against a group of players who know how to play with each other.
Absolutely, because a very big part that you were just talking about is usability and workability together is a very big thing. A lot of these incredibly great players, yeah, they're incredible, but you do have to watch out for synergy a little bit. It's something that you don't really have to take too horribly into account, but it is still a fantastic factor that allows, GCs, high GCs, of course, to go against SSLs. Yes, it's incredibly difficult, but it is absolutely possible.
Yeah, it's always possible. And speaking of Acid Esports, who you just heard a ad read from, they just took down Cookies and Cream in their pool 1 of the lower bracket. They took down Cookies and Cream going against Zinazosmic. That's a lot. They're going up against them in the last best of one in the losers round to try and go on and face Triple Sliced Apple to try and punch their ticket to day 2. They have got their work cut out for them. Triple Sliced Apple falling to the losers bracket only to Top Le, who was calm and Parth, as we saw in the stream earlier. That is not a bad loss at all, so you know that's a high quality team. And on the other side, Yapville and Shmoo, who you also saw in the stream, are duking it out for their chance, again, with a ticket to day 2 in the best of 3. But as we already stated, Spacebound Cowboys are going to be taking on SmackDown Live. SmackDown Live is such a satisfying name. So many references and quotes at my disposal. I don't know whether I should just start talking like Macho Man Randy Savage, or I don't know what I'm allowed to do on copyright. So let me just tone down the references for now and just get excited about the gameplay. I know SmackDown Live have had a gauntlet on their way to having a chance to punch a ticket to day 2. They have played ranked teams. They pulled off a few upsets. They took down Lincoln Park High School, who was on their own tear on their side of the bracket. As you see on your screen now, Passion FC and NTX Esports. That'll be a rematch. We saw them duking it out for the upper bracket ticket to day 2. NTX cleaning things up in the lower bracket against whatever, though, and they will earn their rematch against Passion FC tomorrow.
Correct, and it should be fun nonetheless how they do want to take care of that. I'm excited to see, mainly I'm excited to see this first one where we have the Spacebound Cowboys versus SmackDown Live first, because recency bias is a fantastic thing. But for that, they should still be getting queued up, so we'll take a little bit more time to get that rolling. Once again, Hyper, taking bets?
Spacebound Cowboys, this is the only way you could discount the upset they just pulled off against Team Silence, is that it wasn't a best of one. Team Silence didn't really have a chance to make adjustments in between games, so that is the only point that you could bring up to take away from their upset that they just pulled off against a highly ranked RLCS team. But I gotta go with SmackDown Live, just seeing the type of competition they had to wade through just to get here, and knowing that they have what it takes to take on any team and give them a run for their money. I think I'm going to back SmackDown Live.
I most certainly agree with it. I mean, they are living up to the name. They are dealing with a SmackDown on live shot, and it is wide there as well. I mean, they've been through the gutters, and they still pushed through. So guess what? Doesn't really matter. They will do the best to win. Obviously can't say they will, because I am not going to say who is going to win, because we know what happens. Ain't that right, Kenzo?
Oh, yeah, Kenzo catching strays, isn't even here to defend himself. He's going to have something to say when he gets back on the mic soon. Oh, crazy save coming out there from Dizzy. Beautifully done to keep the Spacebound Cowboys tied up here. They're going to try and scale downfield only as far as Brock. Brock trying to get another touch. Didn't quite have the boost. Luckily had a teammate behind him to keep it going. Now Kiri gets a nice 50, but Dizzy's there to follow it on the side of Spacebound Cowboys. Has plenty of boost, but leaves it for a teammate beneath him. Control Plexi. That's a mouthful of a name. I'm going to call him Plexi. Plexi there with a nice goal.
Honestly, that was a nice, simple play.
Good communication.
Great communication is the main thing. You have to make sure your team is available, because that could have gone wrong very easily. One man decides to challenge you, and guess what? It's off to the side and then possibly in your net if you don't coordinate it properly. And luckily, the Spacebound Cowboys absolutely did. They yeehawed it up there.
Scythe trying to deal with the offensive pressure that SmackDown's throwing on him. Ball gets a little bit away from Dizzy there as he wanted a second touch a little bit sooner. That's going to enable the defense to get a defensive clear. Scythe with a tricky touch to try and pinch it off his own back wall. Brock now slows it down, has enough boost to get another touch, has both his teammates in rotation to make something out of this. Another nice 50 there from Nexi. Oh, Kiri ties it up, wasting no time. Nexity did great work. The whole team did great work just to keep the pressure going. And Kiri is there to punch it home.
Absolutely. A nice, simplistic finisher, but it's the ability to read off those walls is a lot harder than you obviously do interpret, especially at this level. Things are moving around, people are moving around, the ball is moving like there is no tomorrow. Speaking of which, ball is almost in net, so that's we were just talking there. But there is still an opportunity for that wish to happen. In front of net, bounce off sidewall, and it looks like that is not happening. At least, not yet.
It's going to be Nexity. Passes it down to Brock. Brock going to have to flip to get to it. Gets it past Dizzy on that one. Has Nexity trailing. Not quite close enough. Oh, but the defense kind of... Oh, I think everybody got bumped out, or maybe a double commit. Just all of a sudden, at the flick of a screen, nobody was in the goal for SmackDown. And Plexi gets a nice 50 there off the bar. Or he was trying to get a nice 50 there off the bar, but just gets collected there by SmackDown.
Very nice work. Now we just have nice little simple kickoff. Nexty off roof. This is a possibility for a goal. Little rough. Tries one more and it's just not in. His team wasn't able to receive it exactly how was necessary there. Dawsey sends it high, and these reads are just stupendous. I mean, it's really boomer ball, but it's a lot better than boomer ball because you have Dizzy. Put it in, bottom left corner there. Very nice.
Collecting the long plays. Plexi throwing a little bit of a fake there. I think it must have just caught the defense sleeping because Brock was scaling up the wall like he thought that was going to bounce off the corner. He just did not have the boost to be able to deal with what Dizzy was throwing at him. 2-2 game with 2 minutes left. The drama builds.
That it does. But as you were just saying, 2-2-2, very nice. A great clear coming out. One man is up. Great receive from Scythe. Great touch once again from Pierce. It is above, but Brock will be able to clear it out. However, there is one more man over to second man. Shot near target, but not on. That is great tempo. Now Scythe tries to call these enemies here, and it looks like he doesn't get through it.
Plexi trying to get another challenge, keep the attack going. Kiri downfield. Ooh, nice save against Dizzy. Or excuse me, Dizzy coming up with a nice save against Kiri. It's a tough shot, very quick on it. Streaking across the box. Spaceball and Cowboys are all about team play so far. They're always looking for the other person in the offensive zone to try and get it past the defense. Scythe gets a questionable touch that puts Plexi in an awkward spot. Scythe keeping it going downfield. Kiri would have liked a better touch on that. Nexity straight up whiffs, and the defense falling apart for SmackDown Live with a minute remaining. That is poor timing, just in time for Spacebound Cowboys to make it look good. Plexi is there to collect the mistake.
Yes, now that is what you need to do. Collecting mistakes at this level are very rare and typically very minuscule is what you do end up seeing. So when something big like that happens, it's sort of a rarity for them to be able to capitalize on it, but they had the speed and the guessing power or prediction ability to be able to make sure that goes right on net, which they absolutely did. And a shot possibly on target, but no, great defense from Pierce.
Nexity's going to keep this going above the box. Tries and gets a demo, but Plexi was there in rotation, watching for the defense. Now Kiri has some work to do along the wall. I can't tell if he got the boost, but it doesn't matter because Brock, coming up over top, is able to secure the tie with some time remaining. Yes, he did get the bump on the replay. Dizzy didn't stand a chance as Kiri was coming through. As Kenzo said in chat, Kiri is feeling oozy.
Yes, and this is a 3-3-3, best of 3. We are all 3'd out here. Great bump coming out. Now you have next. Up in the air. Goes a nice little receive, but no one's truly there. Great touch. But once again, these reads are all over the place. Nobody is able to get full control over this ball here. And it's just going back and forth. This is what we love to see. Well, I like to see more better control, but we don't all get what we want.
Now it's heating up.
Oh,
Scythe
God.
Forces the defense to really reach for that. He did not want overtime. He wanted to end it right there, and he's going to get another shot at it. As the defense gets in the way for now, we do end up going to overtime.
Yay!
First overtime for the stream.
Don't jinx it, my man. But great
Kiri.
save coming out from Kiri. That's just great positioning and understanding of how that ball would have gone. One man's already up, and next almost beats him. But there's still an opportunity. One more bump coming across. It's all there, but it is a read. And now you're playing your time. They're trying to get it back to Lord Center, but it's not going to happen. It is going to be a change of possession here.
Dizzy right where he needed to be. That could have ended quick for Spacebound Cowboys. SmackDown Live is breathing down their neck. Dizzy has to be wise to it again as he takes his time, gets a nice clear downfield. Brock is going to have to tend to this one. It looks like, I thought Kiri timed out for a second. He was just waiting for the boost, being stubborn. The play is going to find its way too. Nexity's keeping it going, keeping it in control. They still got rotation to be able to finish this. Plexi wise to it. Kiri stays in the pocket. Scythe now has to fight against the full pressure of SmackDown Live. Can they survive this pressure? A little wacky. It's not looking good for him.
Yes, but all it takes is one great clear, and then you are set. Shot off target just to build more pressure. The boost is building on the side of the Spacebound Cowboys, which means they finally have themselves an offensive that they can work with here. And SmackDown Live is about to get smacked down here. Now, Scythe has control, but not enough, evidently. Demo coming out from Kiri, so this is a big concern. Shot above. This will be a redirect almost in. Great touch out. Just that little bit that was necessary to pop it out. Scythe, this man knows how to control, but apparently not enough at this point in time.
Dizzy up there and gets a nice first touch, waiting for a teammate to help him out. Plexi is there. He's got two defenders looking at him. Gets a nice little touch to get it around the first one, but Not so far as Kiri can't get a touch on it. Now it's popping over to Nexity. Leave the ball. Scythe is going to get a pinch out to the midfield. Brock is there for it, but Scythe won't let him get a double touch. He's going to carry this off his back wall. There's Plexi beneath him. Oh, but it just goes a little bit too far.
Boost. Not enough there, Scythe. So he did have to leave there. Now this is a very big concern. You have Brock ready for it. However, Scythe actually reads him out. This is a great receive coming out from Dizzy, setting it forward. He's ready for one more, but he's actually going to fake it out because he knows that is not happening. Peak, decent touch. Now he's ready for his teammate to push it forward. This is tempo. Kiri up there already. Beats it down. This is available. Straight center. Shot almost on target from Scythe. I thought he was going to score that. That was a fantastic.
Yeah, he looked like an offensive
He looked
player.
ready to punt it. Absolutely.
Just nobody on defense. All you saw was orange cars, but Scythe coming out of nowhere, able to get that touch to keep his team in it. They've played a game and a half so far as we're 2 minutes and 50 seconds into overtime. Plexi, I don't think he needed a touch there, but either way, that was dangerous from SmackDown Live. They're starting to heat up. They're starting to get control.
Yes, and I am starting to get very annoyed at Kenzo, but we'll know about that a little bit later on. Next, up in the air. Nice receive. Boost is a little bit low on their side. Shot trying. Next, a little bit wide and not going to be able to do anything with it. And now it is once again a change of possession.
Brock scaling up the wall, has Scythe to beat. Does get it past him. Nexity sends it on net, but the defense is wise. Dizzy again is just a defensive wall for Spacebound Cowboys. Brock's going to steal the boost, gets a nice collection along the wall, has Nexity in rotation, but doesn't need him. Brock finishes it when 3 minutes and 35 seconds into overtime. Brock will secure it for SmackDown Live. That game was teetering on the tip of a razor, and Brock is there to collect it, send it over for his squad, securing game 1.
Absolutely they do, and the point totals are all across the board there. Scythe, who was putting on a great performance, actually didn't get nearly as many as I did expect there. Better together, everyone. But that was honestly a fantastic game, as close as it could have gotten. Almost 4 minutes of OT going to the favor of SmackDown Live. So this game can go to anyone's favor, but because there is an advantage with SmackDown getting that most recent goal, they are technically in the winning, even though, well, technically they're double in the winning, but whatever. Math don't work. I'm taking over hyper here.
I was about to say I'm supposed to be the one that is mathematically illiterate. You need to pull your end of this wagon, darn it.
Not enough food in me. Trust me. After this is over, we are pigging out. Taco Bell, baby.
Oh, that's
not sponsored. Not sponsored.
Yeah, not sponsored. Not
nice.
sponsored. Does not represent the opinions of any of the organizations. Affiliated.
Exactly. We don't agree with anything they say.
But yes, that was like we were saying, the closest game we've had so far. If we could be treated to such a long game in either one of these upcoming games, barring we go to a game 3, I would be a kid in a candy store. I am already just elated to have witnessed the type of action we saw today, to be able to get a little bit of gravy in a couple overtimes between two teams that are desperate to send their squad to day 2. I am ready to see how this plays out as Dizzy gets a save, keeping himself on brand from last game.
Absolutely, he does. Now, the real question is who's going to score this first goal here, because... Oh, apparently updates have been posted. We will get to you. I lost my train of thought because of that.
Here, Plexi coming along the wall, has to control it here. As Nexity peels back, lets it go for Brock. Brock's going to try and pinch it with Kiri, who's also streaking inwards. Now it leaves Nexity in a bit of a weird spot, but he does well on his own as the last one back. Scythe now having to collect this on the wall. Gets a couple good touches, but Brock is wise to it. SmackDown Live looking to establish the type of pressure. Is a little bit of skinny on defense for Spacebound Cowboys. SmackDown looking to apply the type of pressure they found late in overtime last game. They want to make that the standard for this game.
Pierce almost was able to pierce to the opposition there, but nothing is pushing through. There are a lot of close saves, but you can see the tension building. There's a lot more misses than we've been seeing because pressure is mounting. Shot wide for the assist. Straight to Scythe. Puts it in. Beautiful shot.
Intelligent there from Plexi as he knew Scythe. You probably heard the comms. This is where comms come important. He knew he didn't have to take the risk of a shot from that angle. He could just bar it off the post, bang it off the post. Had a player behind him streaking to collect it. Spacebound Cowboys almost concede one there. Plexi got back just in time. Can't rest on your laurels just because you got the first one. This SmackDown Live team is quick and they can turn on a dime. But Plexi in control with Dizzy now. He's going to go and try and get another touch. Oh, sends it on net from that angle. That is the sharpest angle we might have seen of all the goals today with 0 boost, no less.
We've seen some incredibly tight ones. I'd say that is either number 1 or number 2, the one we were seeing earlier in the day with the one from the top ropes, back rope. But it is 2-0, 3 minutes and 14 seconds remaining. So there is time. Scythe is going for some stuff here, and it is going far as well. But there's still a lot of room for the SmackDown to recover, and that is an incredible save as well. Shot above one more time. This pressure is high from the Spacebound Cowboys here.
Yep, Cowboys giving SmackDown a bit of their own medicine as they spent much of the overtime last game just playing defense, trying to look for openings, and now they are the ones in the driver's seat. Dizzy collecting this in open air. Plexi trying to find it over top, but I think Dizzy might have called him off. He didn't have quite the rotation, but kind of an awkward save there from Kiri. That didn't need to be as close as it looked like it should have been, but nevertheless, Brock will clear it out. Kiri is there again as he's taking the responsibility for these clears and saves. Brock catching it across the crossbar. Yeah, SmackDown Live is definitely in a box right now. They need to get some boost or some bumps to get out of there.
And there's the demo to put it in. I mean, honestly, demo wasn't even fully necessary. That blender was rolling, and it was on high right there. And they truly did score that nice little last finisher with Brock trying his best, but it's just not there. SmackDown is, as you were saying, getting their own beating here.
Collect the demo in the midfield now. Kiri's, he's really having to play third man, and from what I've seen so far, he seems like the most mechanically inclined. I think you want to try and organize it to where he's maybe your streaker or your playmaker, maybe your finisher. I can't find the word.
I don't know what word your finishing are, because you are doing every single position on the board. But there's the marksman that you were just talking about. Nux with a nice little shot from downtown, possibly getting back in the groove and ready to recover and make it a 3-3, make it an overtime.
Oh, it's going to be a long road from that point, but Sniper was indeed the role I was looking for and was unfortunately blubbering over my words, but Dizzy can collect this over on the ceiling, leaves it for Scythe. Well done as Plexi's going to be held back on defense as he knows this one's going to get cleared out. Although SmackDown have gotten their first goal, it still looks like they're trying to figure out how to deal with the pressure. Nice little double touch there. Brock as Nexity coming in, Kiri cherry picking the line, but not to be this time. They got 1 minute and 30 to try and get 2 more chances to go through for him.
That they do. And that's not a horribly difficult or impossible feat to be going here. But they are positioned very aggressive. They want this bad. And it looks like Spacebound Cowboys are taking advantage of that and playing wide and waiting for receives. Flick high. Pierce controls it well. Now we will be going to both members there. Looks like it's just not enough yet. Brock tries his best, but it's just not there. They are trying. They're putting the pressure high, but it is rolling next with a beautiful shot.
Oh, he was just cherry picking. I think Kiri, again, knew that he couldn't, or maybe he just caught the demo, but either way, Nexity was there. Collect the chaos of the 50, get them on the board. Now they only need 1 more to tie this back up and send us into consecutive overtimes. Or maybe they could just streak past it and win it outright in regulation with how hot they're looking right now. If they keep this timeline up, they're good to go.
Absolutely, but don't lay anything off the board just yet because Spacebound Cowboys are not out of the fight and they are rowdy and ready. You have Scythe bumping it down, tries to shoot it, but it's just not enough there. Up high, now you have a bump as well, and it is in. There is the Cowboys run their ruck there. Very well done.
Yeah, they knew they had to get 1 more because SmackDown was starting to feel themselves. Nexity eats a nasty bump, and it's just too easy for Plexi to slot that one in now 4-2. 30 seconds remaining.
35 to be specific, because those 5 seconds are killer here.
Pardon me.
Yes, good Saya. Flip reset. Tries to put it in, but everyone at this rank knows those flip resets, so it's just not going to happen, man. And great read once again from Dizzy. He is not in a Dizzy streak. He is in a flipping streak? I was going somewhere with it, but I'm not a lyricist. I am simply a commentator trying his best. Dizzy, shot on target, and that's just in. Making sure and cementing the Cowboys in at the game number 2, taking us to a game 3 in a relatively dominating fashion. So we are back and forth here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, definitely a flip around. Whatever they changed, it definitely worked. They found the gap that SmackDown was leaving. And although it was a close game 1, game 2 taken very convincingly. Although you had a little bit of a streak there. They got 2 goals within maybe 30 seconds. Did SmackDown, but not enough life to scare Spacebound Cowboys out of their shiny boots as we go to game 3, the last game of this day as a whole, to see who can punch their ticket to day 2. Who you got for game 3? Who do you have so far?
This is difficult. This most recent game sets the tempo incredibly in the Cowboys' favor, especially because SmackDown was not able to get anything in that last section. Yes, they were getting stuff in the last about 3 minutes. They got those 2 goals, but Spacebound Cowboys put those 2 more on top of them to put the SmackDown onto SmackDown and make them think, which is exactly what they're dealing with. They are thinking, and their thoughts are not in a fantastic place, which is exactly where the Cowboys want them.
We kick off game 3. It is last chance. You have to leave it on the field or go home in shame, as Spacebound Cowboys taking on SmackDown Live for the last spot in our Better Together tournament. Ooh, Brock had to come up pretty quick there on a nice save. So Plexi's gonna carry that. Kiri up in the air, leaves it for Nexity. A little bit of miscommunication. Oh, my goodness. Dizzy just floating in air, just levitating, and flips right in the way of just SmackDown. I could see they were trying to organize their comms to who was going to go for that, but that seems to be what is the normally scheduled programming for these past couple games. They just can't organize their resources in the right direction to stop what Spacebound Cowboys are throwing at them.
Yeah, they're trying to get these balls through, as you were just seeing in that last section, but they are always getting beat down. Dizzy with a demo, and that possibly is on target, but Nex did have enough boost to actually be able to capitalize on that. But they're just not letting anything through. Any single attempt that SmackDown is going for just gets shut down practically immediately. You can't start a fight when you get knocked out round 1 at every single attempt.
City's trying to throw up a little bit of defense here in the midfield. Dizzy with a bit of a weak touch, but Kiri can't get himself back to it. Covered well enough to get that boost from Dizzy before he stole it, but now Nexity is being pressured. Try and get another touch, but Plexi was there to collect the misplay. Brock is going to try and get it down the wall line, but is just meeting too many Spacebound Cowboys players. Nexity trying to punch it forward, but again, Spacebound just taking over stock on the walls. They're controlling this game beautifully.
Scythe! Oh, and he puts it in. He was hitting quite nicely back there, but he went for that 50, and it didn't go exactly how he wanted, but his teammate was there to make sure he capitalized on it and put it to the back of the net, reaping what he sows there.
SmackDown Live, they've got to be scrambling. You got to keep comms good, but you got to start brainstorming. You got to start figuring out who's going to be the one to cherry pick downfield, who's going to be maybe the demolitions master. Oh, you get an open net. Just as I was saying that, Brock is downfield. I'm going to tell myself that he's listening to the stream and he knows exactly what to do.
Yes, with the delay, my friend. What an important factor. That did cover exactly what you were talking about. So they did that switch up, and now it looked like they were viewing angles there. Obviously, that might not stay for the entire time. It certainly could have been lucky, but they need to view these angles because that's exactly what works there. Do what works and keep on doing it until it doesn't anymore. Then swap up and switch up as fast as you can.
SmackDown keeping the pressure up. Nexity couldn't quite get the shot that he wanted, but Kiri is there to 50 it out. Gets a little bit away from Scythe there on the back line. Shot dribbles towards the net, Now Kiri gets a 50. It almost ends up on net. Brock was there to try and collect it. But Nexity's up in air, top ends. Oh, Scythe is wise to it. This is crazy action here in the second half of the final game of day 1 of Better Together. Nexity sends it through, and we're tied with half the game to go.
That was a picture-perfect play. Put them in the blender once again. Blender is, at this level, it is very easy to beat, but it is still incredibly once you're in it with no boost. If it is a properly set up blender on high, ready with all the bananas in your mix, it is brutal to say the least, and it can make you cry.
Scythe hit a nice touch. Keeping it going. He's going to keep the pressure on, trying to get a boost steal. Doesn't quite get it. Next, he's going to pop that up past Plexi. Can't get the second touch he was looking for. Now Dizzy's got to do something to recuperate, collect the ball. It's kind of dead over in the spacebound corner. Scythe's going to try and get a play going, but meets a defender in midfield. Now Brock's going to, maybe he was just, I don't think he meant to hit that. I think he might have just been rotating out.
He absolutely was, and it looks like he just chose the wrong position and just sent it, messing up his teammate. And Scythe luckily capitalized on the passing play from an unexpected guest.
Yeah, I think maybe there was a spacebound Cowboys player streaking towards the ball that the SmackDown Live player thought was gonna hit the ball, but unfortunately he just passes it to nobody and ends up getting punished. Now SmackDown Live, with a minute 30 remaining, have to figure out what the next step is.
Absolutely. You can't exactly change too horribly much because you know you have still been relatively working here. But that's a shot on target and a great save. So, like, Spacebound Cowboys, they just need to hold their own at this time. You don't want to go for too horribly much, but you also don't want to change your style, because if you change your style, you lose the tempo that you've been winning with. So, it is a very tight rope for both teams here.
Dizzy, a nice first touch. Knows he has a player to his right to play it towards. Now he's just got to keep it in the zone. Can't get it past Kiri. Kiri runs out of boost, but he gets the bump. Oh, shot on net. It might have hit the post, but either way, Plexi's going to get credit for the save as he's going to clear it out. And again, SmackDown have to recuperate and get another attack going because they've only got 40 seconds left.
Correct. Once again, 45. A lot of time in those 5 seconds. Great work from Scythe. Scythe might be able to put it in, but it does go a little bit wide. And a shot from Dizzy. And that almost seals the game. 38 seconds with 2 goals is entirely possible. It's just not horrendously plausible.
Yeah, Brock wasn't quite there in time to get the rebound, and Kiri in net couldn't get enough height on his jump as Spacebound Cowboys just squeak that past the SmackDown defense. Now Nexity with a pre-jump. He was up last week for that. Now it comes back down into the box for a shot. Kiri can't quite get what he wants on it. It's going to bounce back out to center. Brock doesn't have the boost to be able to do something creative. Ooh, a little bit of a redirect play was in play there. Now, all of a sudden...
This is a blender.
Yeah, all of a sudden SmackDown they're finding their teammates all of a sudden. It's in the last 30 seconds. You're supposed to do that the whole game.
Right at the end is where some things start getting real weird. Shot attempt, and it does go a little bit wide, but there might be a little bit more. But with 3 seconds remaining, there is not nearly enough time to win this game on the side of SmackDown. They do get one more goal for the Spacebound Cowboys going to Dizzy, and that is series going to the Spacebound Cowboys. And that is also day 1.
That is day 1 for you folks, and we ended it off with a great series, tons of drama. Although SmackDown Live couldn't replicate the same close game that they pinched in game 1, it still comes down to all 3 games here in the final series of our Better Together tournament. Luwaki, I had so much fun today.
I had a blast outside of, I am so dang hungry, but it will come back. But this was a fantastic series. A lot of big names who showed up and got put down, and also SmackDown as well. But it was incredibly fun. Once again, I want to thank you to all the sponsors we do have, which is Skyfire Gaming, Cross Progression Esports League, 8-Bit League, Tishok Gaming. I apologize if I pronounced that wrong, because, well, it's not my language fully. A little bit of a thing on the O throws me off. And then Meat Magic and Acid Esports, as well as one little one hidden somewhere in our messages. but it was fun nonetheless, and it is actually RLGC as well.
And also to give a shout out to our home community, at least mine, to say for certain, Nameless Esports. Check us out, please, on Twitch. Check out the website. Got a little bit of merch up on the website, but most importantly, please come to the Discord, make yourself known, make yourself at home, show us what and how you would like to get involved, because we would love to have you.
Yes, indeed. We are a very inviting community. We do weekend tournaments every Saturday at 7, where we invite everyone to play, and we just want you all there to root for teams, because we do have a lot of the teams that you did see here today. None of them are coming to my head right now, but they are all there.
Yeah, the final bracket for day 2 is looking to be set. Top Le is going to be taking on, not updating for us. We'll get back to that one. Oh, there's still a pending game. I did not know that. There is still. I'm just waiting on the results to get verified to see who will play Top Le. But across the bracket, we still have everyone else. Passion FC will be playing Spacebound Cowboys. What's Up will be playing whatever, though. No hesitation playing Yatville. Top Le waiting to see who they will play. This is going to be tremendous for day 2. All of you who decide to join us in the casters and production who will be responsible for running it tomorrow, thank you guys so much for joining us.
Absolutely. But I believe with that, that is everything for today. Thank you once again to everyone watching and everyone participating, as well as, I'm thanking us.
We did great.
Yes, we did. But for that, we will be signing off for the night. Tomorrow, it should be at the exact same time starting, which is 7 o'clock, if I am not mistaken.
Eastern time.
Perfect. I remember numbers. We are good here. But for that, we would love to see you all then. Would that be everything?
I believe that's everything. Perfect. Everybody, have a great night. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, I'm Magic, the top 1 rated coach on Metafy. I've had the chance to work with thousands of players, from brand new all the way to RLCS contenders. I'm proud to say I have over 100 testimonials and not a single bad review. Outside of Rocket League, I come from a martial art background, and I specialize in Taekwondo. I am currently a 3rd Dan black belt, a European champion, a world champion contender, and now a world championship coach. Much of what I teach are based on discipline, composure, mastering your instincts, and being able to condition yourself for your correct automatic responses. Over the past 5 years, I've helped hundreds of players reach Grand Champion and dozens reach Supersonic Legend. Many of those players have now made thousands in prize pools and can now be found in the top 100 global leaderboards. If you want a coach who's genuinely invested in your journey of the game, will help you create personalized and curated coaching towards your needs and goals, level up your game, then book a free consultation with me on Metafy. Paid sessions start at just $9, so make sure to check me out at discord.gg/rlgc or at my Metafy, metafy.gg/magic. I can't wait to meet you and help you achieve your goals. Abracadabra, magic out. Hey.